Sound on. Good evening to everybody. Let's have a quick look, see who we got. I see there's quite a few in already tonight, which is always good. Scrolling back. All the way back. Demon Orb was first, but I've not seen him again. Timo and K-Doc. Hello, good evening. Stephen Martin. I have a question to ask you in a while, Steve. I'm assuming you're the same Steve. And Dora and Koo. Are you asleep or did the spiders get you? I couldn't stay asleep if I thought there were spiders in the room. Global Mommy, good evening to you. GS Geology, hello sir. And Crafty Keeler. I did catch your video you did with Huge Arse the other day. Excellent stuff. I know you've done another one. I've not had a look at that yet. Hopefully you're going to carry on producing videos. And Mr. V, is Little Miss V with you tonight? I wonder. Or is it a big fat... I'm never going to get tired of that. And going on down. AJ Ravenwolf, good evening. Dartman. Dart, you're supposed to be first. You're always first in my comments. I think you spend your entire life waiting for me to post a video just so that you can say first. And who else we got? Who else? Arthur. Fuck's sake. Cy Allen, good evening. Do you know what? I've got this problem. All day today, it feels like there's a hair right in front of my eyes. Where's it come from? Am I losing it? Maybe. I'm not sure. Actually, I was looking at a D-Marble video earlier on and I thought, do you know what? I quite like his hair. I might grow mine like that with the little dreads. Is it dreads or is it you call it something else like that? I don't know. But I might grow my hair like that. I'll have to think about that. Maybe I should post a poll. And Colon, good evening to you. As always. Jeff P, hello to you. Hopefully I'm catching up with everyone. Martin H, yes, I'm okay. I hope everyone else is. Demon Orb is still there, good stuff. The Key Weasel, good morning to you. A new name, welcome to the channel. If you have been here before and I just haven't spotted you, my apology. My deepest apologies. 9 o'clock hero, hello. And Kaiser Cube, don't touch my face. I know, I might catch it from me. I'll be very careful. Very careful. You've got her eyes fixed. Well, I cheated. What I did for now, let's do it again. I put her in front of the black blinds rather, because if I put my... There. But I will do it. All I'll do is I'll set it against a little blob of black and then it won't show up. But I thought that would... Oh, press the wrong keystrokes there. That will do for now. What is wrong with this? Oh, I'm on the wrong window, that's why. And I still feels like I've got hair in front of me. I think it's Arnold. Arnie, do you want to come on camera? He's been a pain in the backside tonight. He's asked to go out and then straight away he's scratching at the wood asking to come in. I let him in and then straight away he's asking to go out. I don't know what he's up to. Daybreaker Flint. Hallo, bonjour, guten Tag. I was trying to think, Jonapot or Joestate Kivarnuk. Go on in, Daybreaker, tell me where that's from. Joestate Kivarnuk. And David Oliver. Where's my D-Marble? I've lost my D-Marble. Where's my D-Marble's gone? Hello, late people. Tiffany. Hello, he is in here. I'll tell you in a minute, I'll drag him over. Just for you. And who else we got? Crafty, I've already said hello to. Kristen Frost Laserbeams. Come on, Kitty, show yourself. Arnold, Ernie, they're calling for you. Come on. He's just sat there. I don't know if I've annoyed him in some way. Just another Bakewell. Are you named after that tart? I do love a Bakewell tart. Haven't had one for ages, actually. Right, so how many have we got in here? Because I've got a couple of announcements, but I want to wait until there's a number. Oh, 75. That went up quickly. Hello, everyone. Yeah, now, what were the couple of things I wanted to say? Oh, yes. On Friday, I'm going to do a live stream. Let's see if I've got this set up right just to... Oh, he's coming over. Arnold. Arnie. Come on. Oh, he's really messing me around. Come on. I'll get him in a minute. Yeah, on Friday I'm doing a live stream. Let me just... Oh, yeah, it's working. Yes, with this guy again. Now, last time he was on was a few months back. And a few months back, I had a lot less subs and viewers to my streams. So some of you may have missed him. It's the guy sat down. That is Mr. James M. Skipper. When he was a test subject in a Gemini spacesuit and he was taken down to hard vacuum. Now, James was on the stream twice. First time was just on voice. Second time I managed to get him on camera, which is what we're going to do this time. And we're just going to chat about stuff. He is the most fascinating bloke. As I said, he worked... He is a retired senior NASA test engineer for manned and hazardous missions. Wow. And he was involved in stuff right through Apollo and up to and including the space shuttle. This man's done fascinating things, and he's a lovely guy. And we're going to get him on here, due to be on Friday. Because of time zones, I'm going to start at... I'm going to have him on for about 2200 BST. I might start a little earlier and have him join in. I'm not entirely sure. But really looking forward to chatting to him, because I've been in touch with him via email, but I've not chatted to him since the last live stream. So really, really looking forward to that. For me, it's something quite special. Great stuff. I've got another bit of news, and I'm wondering if just to wait Oh, I know. Let's show you the first bit. Do you remember this from just a little while ago? Bit of a long intro though.
Well, I met a man just the other day. He said that the earth was flat. He said 9/11 was an inside job. Now what do you think about that? He told me that the moon was just a light up in the sky. Then he said that gravity was just another lie. He said the sun was only 40 miles above my head. Well, it must be pretty damn small, my friend, 'cause otherwise we're dead. I met a man just the other day, and he said that the earth was flat. Think I've had a smarter conversation with my cat.
And that was Chris Durham. I mirrored his video, and he had about 20, maybe 22 subs. And after the live stream we did, after the mirroring, it took him up to 45, which is wonderful, and he's pleased about that. He's done another song. Now, I'm not going to play the whole song because I want people to go to his channel so he gets the views as well. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing. I do understand, though, that Bob the Science Guy has now noticed him and is going to be, I think, showing the whole song on his channel at some point. But let's do it now. I'm only going to show you two verses from the song because he's done a full song this time. As I said, this is Mr. Chris... Oh no, what am I doing? Don't want to click on that. Chris Durham. Although he's on here as Chris Lewis, so I'm not sure which is his real name. But just listen to this bit.
Sleeping warrior, well, he had an egg when he stepped into the fray. He added some salt to the water and all the gravity went away. The gravity kept holding us down. 'Twas an 8th grade science ploy. And AB science, and many more made Anthony their toy. Aye, the flat earth wars, yes, Oakley screamed and ranted. Aye, the flat earth wars, yes, Oakley screamed and ranted.
I particularly like the next verse.
Globebusters looked into their pond, they saw a great black swan. They tried to prove with a ludicrous move that there never was any white swans. Mr. Sensible stepped into the fray with a lens as clear as day. But Mitchell, he won't listen to facts, so he waved that truth away. Aye, the flat earth wars, yes, Oakley.
Well, you miss... I started off, I got my sound right. No, I thought I got it tonight. I've been flicking my audio on and off. I've been putting his on. Yes, I know I'm muted. And I'm not joking this time, says Tusk. Yes, it's back. I'm back. Oh, dear. I'm quiet tonight, Cupcake. Oh, man. I noticed my view count's going up now I'm muted. How does that work then? Eh? I don't know. I'm not muted now. I caught it quick. Yes. I'm talking. I'm here. You can hear me. You did hear the song anyway, didn't you? I know you heard the song, because there was some nice comments there about the song. Martin H, you're right. It wouldn't be the same. It's Fubar. Or was it Snafu as well? Yeah, that's it. There we go. Snafu. It's better when you can hear us. Oh, that's nice, Barnacle. I was waiting. The song, yes. Yes. It's better when you can hear me. Well, that's kind of you. I was waiting for all the... Oh, this stream has improved type comments. Is quarantine affecting my brain? Yes, I think it is. Actually, the past 2 days, well, the past 5 days, I've been on call for work. The first 3 I was called in. Yesterday was an evening shift, but I was not called in. Tonight is a night shift. Aniceto Maldonado, that's right. That's what Snafu is. Yeah, tonight is a night shift, and I would be starting at 11 till 7 a.m. But I've not been called in, which is good. And I've got 1 more shift tomorrow, and then 4 off. So I've just... Sorry, 1 second. Colon, I never heard... Oh, I see. If you pinged in and out on the thing. Good idea. And we won't tell anyone, will we? We'll keep it secret. Oh, dear. Because I have to switch off the sound on the stream that I'm watching. And so I got no clues that the sound's not working unless I happen to notice it. I started off all right. I had it coming on and off properly through the song when I made comments and switched it back off so you didn't hear me knocking around. Going to be some sweet sounds coming down on the night shift. Oh, Team Skeptic mucks up the end of the stream. That's terrible. That's really terrible. No one's commented about how I screwed up the end of the shift, the end of the stream last week. No one's noticed. I got away with that one. And I just see... that's funny, it hasn't appeared on the list yet, but I can see that... what do you call it? Super chat has just come in. Thank you very much from Mr. David Oliver for £5. Let's see. Mr. Sensible, I've downloaded the ISS on Minecraft and was thinking of building a cheese module just to show my appreciation of your excellent self. David, that's very kind. I don't use Minecraft.
Super chat.
It's just popped through now. If you can capture an image of it and send it to me, I'll show it. Happily show it on a stream. Have Arnie be my sound engineer. Well, he's going to be no bloody use tonight. He's still sat there at the door looking out, and I just know that if I open that door, he'll happily trot out, walk straight to the side and start scratching to come in again. Oh, what was the singer's name? That was, I did say, didn't I? Points for anyone who can remember his name. Maybe I can just, because I've closed the tab now. Undo close tab. No, it's not going to show it because it was on a different window. No, sorry. I did drop the link earlier on. Let's see if I've still got it here. Yeah, here's the link so you can have a look at it yourself. Chris, yes. It was Chris. Well done, I was just testing you, of course. I would never forget that. I don't do that sort of thing. Chris, yeah, that's right, Durham. Or Lewis, Crafty Keeler, that's right. It's Chris Durham stroke Lewis. I think it was Chris Durham Lewis 187 or something. But I've just dropped the link, so you can always go and have a look. Messing up the endings totally makes me stay until it goes off to giggle. Yes, but Kristen, you haven't told me what I got wrong with the ending last week, or last stream, have you? Extra points, if anyone can tell me what I did wrong on the stream. I'll give you a short while, and then I'll use my flashy countdown. There is quite a delay. I'm sure there is. There always is. Oh, hi, Mohammed. Shafiq, good evening to you. It's good to see you. And I don't know how things are progressing on that other channel. I've not looked at him for a couple of days. But just going back, someone said about quarantine messing up my brain. Yeah, I think it is. I'm not actually quarantined myself because I'm a key worker. I said.
Super chat.
Thank you.
Excellent.
So I'm getting out of the house and I'm doing the shopping as well because Mrs. S can't. So I am getting out and about. But, yeah, it's a bit odd. I seem to be spending all my day here pretty much. And it is affecting me. I'm not unhappy or down or anything like that, but it's definitely affecting me. I've spent 2 days really struggling to find videos to do for my debunks. So if anyone has any ideas, please pop into my Discord and go to drop the suggestions in a room called Debunk Suggestions, and I'll happily have a look at them. And if I remember, because I really do try, if I remember, I'll give you credit for them as well. So where were we? Oh yes, I had another super chat from Mr. Barman, Mr. Sarcastic Barman, who super chatted £1.49 and said absolutely nothing. Oh, no, beg your pardon. He gave me a unicorn. Thanks for the unicorn, Barman. I don't know what I'll do with it. I'll print it out and put it on the shelf, maybe. As long as you're happy, pal. How are you, anyway? Not seen you around for a while. I hope you're well. And I hope that everyone else is well. Has anyone come down with the symptoms? Is anyone actually isolating with symptoms? If you are, I hope you're getting it quite mildly. Control-Shift-T reopens a window I closed in Chrome. Yeah, I don't use Chrome. I'm using another one whose name always escapes me. Oh gosh, what is it? Firefox. That's what I tend to use. I only use. I do use Chrome for a couple of things. I've used it when I was on Fight the Flat Earth's debate because his software prefers that, and I've also used it for another particular website, which I won't talk about yet. That's something coming up. When you guys can get me up to that 5k, there'll be some changes around here. Some definite changes. Some new things coming. I got ideas. I told Mrs. Sensible I had ideas. She slapped me and told me to have a shower. I think she got the wrong end of the stick. So we've got a couple of people in chat. We had someone who popped in quite early on, but no, he's not sort of talking, so I'm not quite sure what happened there. And we have Mitch, my patron Mitch, is in there, and a new guest called Kaiser Cube, who I've only had a chance to say hello to, and I know nothing else about. So I'll bring them in shortly. But actually, since I just
Massive
mentioned...
thanks to all my patrons, including
Patrons?
new
Here
patrons
they are.
Brian A. Reid, Mr. Bozohead, Sven Arngrimson, Thomas B., Andy Woods, Glenn Chapman, Dark Saber, Chris Holmes, Crafty Keeler, Now Opinion, William Schofield, and my latest patrons, Nicola Redmond, AZ Atheist, Grumpy Old Man, and Huge Arse. Thank you all so very much.
And I nearly screwed up the sound there, didn't I? But I remembered to switch it off. And back on again. I'm learning. Thanks for the tip, Arnie. So let's see. Let's bring in... I'll just have a quick look at any messages first. Sit down and shut up. Another website. No, Timo, it's not Pornhub. Yeah, he only finally takes over. 5K. Well, no, not 5G. 5K. Yes, someone said about 5G earlier on. What was it they said? Oh gosh, it's a long way back. We've got a lot of messages. I don't think I'm going to find it. And Opus, you're right. That list of patrons is getting nice and long. I remember when someone said, you're going to have to go to 2 columns soon. It's a wonderful problem to have. Definite first world problem. Huge ass. I'm still your latest. That's almost romantic. Yeah, almost. Thanks, you. So let's bring a couple people in. I'll give them just that 30 seconds. Did I see my message? Good news from New Zealand. Oh, Kiwiesel. What? I don't know. What was the message? No, Tusk typewriter's the wrong answer. Kiwiesel. No, I didn't see your message earlier on. You better repeat it. I'll try and keep an eye on it. It's quite difficult with these scrolling up, plus keeping an eye on everything else. I should give you guys a glance of what I'm looking at. Hold on a second. That'd be interesting. As long as there's nothing there that you shouldn't see. 1 second. Just switch that off. I think that's probably okay then. Right. Have a look at this. See if I can do this without screwing up all the camera. Ugh. You see, I've got quite a lot of stuff on that screen. So I've got my OBS software over here. This is the streaming through YouTube. Plus, if I go to the other window, left-handed, that's the stream as it actually comes through. Over here, I've got the chat. And over here, I've got the Discord, including the various rooms that I'm watching. So I'm having to keep an eye on all that and keep it balanced while still remembering to do stuff with the sound. Anyway, let's see if I can put this back without ruining everything. Oh, it doesn't look too bad. Get the mic back over here. Yeah, so as you see, it's all too easy to get messed up. Let's stop this messing around. Let's not argue and bicker about who killed who. Let's get some guests in here. So let's bring on, first of all, a new guest. Oh, Kaiser Cube. Hello to you.
Hello.
You can say that again now. Oh no, I did have the sound on. I was ahead of myself. Yeah, hello to you, Kaiser Cube. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. S.
Say something else. I'm just going to try and get your sound a bit more balanced.
Owa Tagu Siam.
Thank you very much for that. So, tell us a bit about yourself. No more than you want to tell. But what part of the world are you in, perhaps? Do you have a channel? What do you do for a living? Nothing to dox yourself.
That's all right. A lot of people really know a lot about. I mean, I actually live just a couple of miles away from Soundly. I'm in the same town in Louisiana as he's in, and I do a lot of amateur astronomy on my channel.
Okay.
I don't upload. I don't upload as much as I used to. I tried to get really good events. The last one I did, I think, was the Mercury Transit. I'm an auto mechanic. I'm just a grease monkey by trade.
Don't say just. I'll tell you what, no, honestly, I have rebuilt a vehicle from scratch, a 1972 Land Rover. Rebuilt it on a new chassis. Every nut and bolt has been replaced stainless. I changed the engine from a 2.25 petrol to what is it? I've forgotten the model number, but a Land Rover TDI engine. Convert from petrol to diesel, new loom, everything. And I've been using it, and I've done about 35,000 miles in it. It's my daily driver. I have every respect for mechanics. So don't ever say just a grease monkey.
I appreciate that. It's a luckily the kind of work I do. It would literally take the end of the world for me to not have work.
Oh, right, okay. I was going to ask what's that, but of course you might not be able to say. No, that's fine. Well, that's good news, especially in this day and age, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So sorry, you said you lived near or in the same town as who?
Oh, I don't know if you know Soundly.
I've heard the name. But I don't know them apart from that.
He's the guy that did all the Lake Pontchartrain videos where you have...
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you've got a channel, drop a link to it in either the lounge or general chat. Tell me which one, and then I'll drop it into the live stream chat so people can check out your channel.
Yes. And like I said, I'm not really a type of person that really indulges into my YouTube channel. I just do it as a hobby. But I do have really great material for debunking material.
Yeah.
And it's free for all. I don't have any restrictions on any of my videos. You can use it to however you.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Did you see my video that I did with my daughter about 2 weeks ago, filming the ISS with a Samsung Galaxy?
I didn't, but I honestly, I just learned about your Conspiracy Cats. Really convinced me to come over and check you out.
Oh,
and,
wow!
So
when was that?
A few days ago. Was it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Conspiracy Cats. But it could have been. Honestly, it could have been. It could have been Simon Dan. I can't remember which one it was. But yeah, I found out about your channel. I just came over.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much, and you're very, very welcome. I mean, I've spoken with Cats a couple of times. Never actually spoken with Dan. I did a Mr. Sensible versus Simon Dan after I had a video that I forgot what it was now. It was to do with the Culturelle, whatever it is, yogurt or Culturelle probiotics. I did a video, had it scheduled to come out. And then he did one on the same video that came out the day before. So I did one targeting him, all in fun. And he did comment. And I said he needed to make it up to me. And he said, well, if I send him the postage, he'll send me a pair of Simon Dan socks. Oh, well, yeah, if you do remember who it was who put a shout out, or what was it? Was it announced in a video? Or were you just chatting to them, or what?
It was announced in the video. It was just a shout out for you, and I cannot honestly. I want to say it was Conspiracy Cats, but it could have been Simon, and I can't remember which one it was, or it could have been Fight. I watched so many of them.
Yeah,
it could have been Fight.
Maybe it was me.
I don't know.
Everybody, check out that Mr. Sensible. It's all right. Yeah, I might have been shilling myself. It could be. So, I'll tell you what, I'm glad you joined us. Let me bring in, we've got Mitch here. Again, I'll give him 30 seconds or whatever so he's aware through the stream. I'll bring in Mitch. Mitch is one of my very, very long-time patrons. You were having a chat with him in the live waiting room?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, well, let's bring him over. I nearly dragged the whole room somewhere else. Let's try again. Hello there, Mitch. Good evening to you.
Hey, Mr. Sensible. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, not bad at all, thank you. And how are you?
Well, family is well. Everybody's coping pretty well with the plague.
Oh, Kaiser's jumped himself out. 1 second. Kaiser, you can come back in if you want.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'll drag you over. Yeah, sorry, Coach. I wasn't replacing you with Mitch. I was just bringing Mitch in as well. That was very polite of you to jump out, but there was no need at all.
Okay.
So you two guys were having a chat. Anything interesting come up?
What's that?
I said you
did I
two
do?
guys were having a chat together in the waiting room. Had anything interesting come up?
Oh no, I think it was. I was talking with Cole, and we were just making sure the sound was came on. You know.
You're dropping out a little, Mitch.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm actually cutting up a chicken. That's what I'm doing.
You haven't got your internet cable laying across the chicken as you're cutting it, have you? Because
No, I do not.
Yeah, Mitch. It didn't sound like you said chicken sandwich. It was more of a sh at the beginning, and the Ken part of the chicken cut out.
Oh, classic.
someone has just
No,
said.
I'm actually.
Someone's just
I'm
said
actually-
in chat, Mitch. They said this must be the not stupid Mitch rather than the
Yes,
Mitch from
I'm
Australia.
not stupid.
That's right. It's the not stupid Mitch. Maybe
Well,
you should
he
change
goes
your name
by
to that.
Mitchell. He goes by Mitchell, which I don't.
He does. He does.
So when you say Mitchell and say, "Oh, Mitchell's a dunderhead," I will take no offense whatsoever.
Oh, I better be careful then because I have called him Mitch from time to time.
That's all right. I know you couldn't possibly be talking about me.
Not about you. No, not at all.
How are you doing? I trust you're well.
Yes, keeping all right. I did ask in the chat if anyone has been self-isolating with symptoms.
My coworker
Yeah.
did have symptoms in early March. She's back to work. Her father was very ill, but he's back home from the hospital and recovering. I do know a bunch of my Facebook friends that have been afflicted, unfortunately,
Ooh.
but no one seriously, at least by my account so far. But things look pretty grim here in America.
Don't they
And
just?
I don't know if you've heard about this or not. It's probably news to a lot of people, but we have a lot of inexorably stupid people in America.
Yeah, that's a
And-
problem. Yeah.
They keep having these. They keep going to church and having these civic meetings and libertarian functions, all this stuff, and I'm just like, stop! It's like, stop doing that.
Yeah, it's not really the time to do stuff like that, is it?
I'm
So
not-
Corpus.
I'm not attacking religion, but your ass at home.
Absolutely, everyone. When you don't have to go out, don't go out. Obviously, Corpus Defectus. Yes, please. Drop that in my debunk suggestions room. That would be brilliant. Or email me, mr-sensible@hotmail.com. Either is good. I can hear you cutting up that chicken, Mitch. What have we got for tonight then?
We're gonna make. I have my smoker set up outside. I'm smoked chicken salad. It's one of the. We're getting down towards the end of Passover, and I still have some matzah left over, and it is delicious with chicken salad and matzah. It's quite a good combination. So
Very
cutting
good.
up
Very
this
good.
chicken to throw it up on the smoker and some chicken salad. As soon as I'm done, I'm going to wash my hands well and head back downstairs to my lair to complete our conversation. I'm actually almost.
Okay. Well, someone was just asking again who we got on stream. Who we've got is Kaiser Cube, who is a first-time visitor here, and Mitch, one of my patrons, who's been on quite a few times, haven't you, Mitch?
Well, I think my first show I saw of yours was.
Sorry, you're dropping out again, Mitch.
I'm sorry, dude.
Hey.
I said the first show that I saw, was show number, made kind of an appearance of a Simon Dan show, and I took the bait and went and looked at your channel, and the rest is history.
Cool.
We've been enjoying you ever since.
Excellent stuff. So Kaiser Cube, you said you've got a channel. Have you dropped a link down in the lounge or the chat? Or if you could, then I'll... oh, yes, I see it now. Let me just grab that link.
Speaking of cooking, I actually do love to cook, and it's one of my older videos, but I had a shot manager in which we were having kind of like a personal one-on-one cooking cook-off challenges, and I love to make gumbo, and yeah, it's my channel is just not with just science and astronomy. I have other stuff in there too.
Well, Kaiser, someone's actually, I don't know if they're confusing you with someone else or if this is the case. It's not a problem if it's the case. Someone has said that they believe you're a flat earther. Is that true?
Well, I think if you just look at, I have been the first. I am not a flat earther. I've been on YouTube. I've been on YouTube since 2014. I started YouTube, my G Plus channel, for something not related to flat earth. It was to do with something to do with the chat room that I won't get into. But the first time I ever even caught wind that people in the 21st century believe the Earth was flat was when I was watching a moon hoax debunking video by what's the girl's name? What's her name? Give me a second. I got brain lock.
Not
here.
Mincer Girl, is it?
No.
Red. Orphan Red.
No. It wasn't a flat Earth. It was Vintage Space. I was watching a Vintage Space video. I don't know if you've ever heard of her channel.
No.
She does a lot. It's a really good channel. But I was watching a moon hoax debunk channel where people were trying to. She was basically showing the rooster tail action where the lunar rover would have these rooster tail motion. Throwing with the dirt, and where these, I think it was Boulder, Colorado. There's two scientists at Boulder, Colorado, were actually proving that this could only happen in a lunar gravity environment. You can't duplicate this on Earth
In a vacuum. I did a video on that very thing, and in fact, that was only a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. That very thing, because I hadn't seen anybody else do that. That's right. The rooster tails, the way the moon dust regolith flies in perfect arcs, with no billowing.
It was the comment section where I saw flat earthers making these adjacent comments, and I segued from there, and I was like, what in the world?
Oh, sorry, you just cut out there, Kaiser.
Oh, no, I was done. I was just that's how there were flat earth comments in the moon hoax debunking in the comment section.
Right.
And that's how I found out about it. I was like, what in the world is this all?
Flat earthers, eh? Who'd have thunk it? I've actually just had a super chat from Ilya Moon, who super chatted $5 saying, love your channel, found you via Fight the Flat Earth. Well, thank you very much, Ilya. Much appreciated super chat. And that's great that you're finding me via Fight. And boy, do I love his channel as well. Quick shout out for Fight. He's a good old boy. Do you have any particular favourites, Kaiser? And I'm not looking for you to say me, but what channels do you enjoy?
That's actually a tough one.
Well, I'm sure others wouldn't be offended. Others wouldn't be offended. They can't be.
I love Reddick's old work, like his older, like when the stuff he did with Astronomy Live is just absolutely incredible. I use their data, their measurements a lot when I do flat earth debunking.
Yes. Yeah. So just that channel or any others or?
I sub to Simon Dan.
Yeah.
Fight. But I have to say Astronomy Live. Oh man, give me a second. Hold on a second. I have to look up the guy's channel because I'll have it saved, but I always forget what the.
Okay. There's actually a message for Kaiser. Someone just said, "Where are we? Have you considered making your own marinade for cooking? Because you could brand it as Kaiser sauce."
No, I look. I would survive it, but I just don't want to kill people.
My cooking consists mainly of curries of one sort or another, but I don't use any
Super
recipe.
chat.
I
Excellent.
just chuck spice into my taste, and 90% of the time, maybe more, they're absolutely lovely. I get the odd one that's a corker, and we just have to grin and bear it and mop our foreheads as we're trying to eat it. But I do like a bit of spice.
Are you a fan of eating like food channels like Beer Meets Food? I love watching his stuff. He just did a curry video. That's professional eaters.
Professional eaters. If you mean things like man versus food, I've watched a bit, but it's a
Oh no! I'm talking about beer meets food, or Matt Stoney, or maybe Joey Chestnut, stuff like that. This is like some real hardcore stuff.
no. I've got to be honest. I just don't get the time. I sat down with my daughter this afternoon, my youngest daughter, and we actually watched a film. Another one of the she likes disaster movies, and we've watched Contagion about a week ago, and we watched another Outbreak with Donald Sutherland and Morgan Freeman.
Outbreak. When I hear Outbreak, the first thing I think of is Dustin Hoffman. That's
Yes. Who did I say?
Morgan Freeman. I think
Morgan Freeman,
Freeman.
Dustin Hoffman. I think I said someone else in error. Can't remember now.
Yeah.
But yes, that's the film. I haven't seen that for years. And she'd never seen it, so that was enjoyable. I see that Kiri is thinking of making a piri-piri sauce that she wants to call Kiri Kiri.
Harry carries some. No, I actually found the two channels I was talking about is Science Online, all one word. The online is capitalized, but it's all one word.
Yes.
And also David Butler's channel. He's old school. I think he worked for Caltech, but he's retired. I don't know if he's even still alive. I'm pretty sure he is. But David Butler's channel is really good for references too, especially with astronomy.
Well, I've just had another super chat from Ilya Moon, an identical super chat. I mean, I'll happily read it out again, but I don't know if you've super chatted twice in error, Ilya, or if you're just being very, very kind. But Ilya Moon has just super chatted again, $5 US. Love your channel. Found you via Fight the Flat Earth. I know what it is. You're trying to get me to shill Fight the Flat Earth. Check out Fight the Flat Earth. Excellent channel. But thank you very much for that. I hope that wasn't in error. But yeah, appreciate that. We've got another visitor, another two visitors in the waiting room. I see that Flint is there. So what is this? Revenger or Revenga says, am I or am I not a cue ball? No, I'm not a cue ball. How rude. How very, very rude. Someone's actually just asked Kaiser.
Conspiracy cat, cue ball, not you.
Oh, is he? Is that his nickname now?
Well, he goes by Baldy Cats. And I find it very interesting how the most intelligent weight of hair. Is that a...
Mitch, you're still dropping out, mate. I don't know if it's your Wi-Fi signal or something. I don't know if it's worth reloading. If you do, I'll obviously drag you back into the live room. Is
that any better? I'm just going to try and switch headphones.
Well, while we can hear you, it's absolutely perfect, and then it just cuts out dead. It's not really, really choppy. It's just every now and then it just drops out. Who knows? Well, let's bring in Flint, and actually, this is another one. 3 a.m. and I think that's 3 a.m. Paranormale e Horror is his full name. Let's bring these guys in.
Yes.
Hello, Flint. Hello, 3 a.m.
Oh, hello.
Ah, yes, that was a surprise, was it?
A little bit, yeah.
I did try and give you guys a bit of warning, but it's always difficult.
I heard it.
So we have in here Kaiser Cube and Mitch. I don't know if you chatted with them. And Mitch and Kaiser, we got Flint and 3 a.m. Paranormale e Horror.
Hello.
So what are you guys up to?
We were talking about the guys burning the 5G towers, which were actually the 3G one.
You're kidding me.
And recording himself while doing it, which is so intelligent.
Isn't it just? So, of course, if the 3G towers have been burnt down, then what are they going to replace them with? Do you think they'll replace them with another 3G tower, or do you think they'll take the opportunity to upgrade?
Ooh.
So they'd probably just hasten the installation of 5G. Talking of which, I looked at, I'm not sure it was one of Anthony Steele's videos. No, it was Richie from Boston.
Super chat.
And he was showing these Google Earth photos of some quarry, he said, with all these military trucks in and saying, look, they're marshalling the military. This is the end. They're going to take control. And, of course, it was Google Earth the photo was dated about 6 years ago. What a complete and utter twonk.
And it was like a mine or something. It wasn't even like.
Oh, you saw it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, but it was about 6 years ago. I thought, I've got him. I could do a video, and then I thought, you know what? I can't even be bothered. It's so stupid.
While you're here, I meant to ask you.
Yeah.
Remember your first flat Earth video? Because I remember
my first flat Earth video.
You know, the first one that you came on to, you saw a flat earther declaim flat earthness.
No, I don't remember which video, but you see, I've been following Flat Earth on the Flat Earth Society's internet forums. There was in fact, the society split into two, so I've been following them for years. So most of the stories I already, all the stuff about perspective and yada yada yada, I knew of anyway. So none of that was new to me at that point. Of course, they come up with a couple of new things like the black swan and so on. But yeah, I've been following Flat Earth for a long time.
Yeah, mine was D Marble with the spirit level on the airplane, and I started watching it, and I didn't really, you just kind of flip through. Sometimes YouTube is great. You put it on autoplay, put it on in the background, and whatever happens, come with me, right? It's like hitting the random button on Wikipedia. And there was another guy, I don't remember who it was, but was talking about D Marble, and I went to go check that video out. And it changed my life forever, because I never thought, as profoundly stupid as humans can be, I never thought that we were still flying around with spirit levels and wondering why they don't dip.
Well, Mitch, you know the reason why this experiment is totally flawed is because it will give an undefined value. You only have one point of reference. You have to have two spirit levels aside each. A U-shaped level is actually the best. You have to have 2 points of reference to make a line. If you have just one, well, how do you it's ridiculous. You have to have two of them. So if you have two, go up about 1,200-1,500 feet in elevation, do the same experiment with a U-shaped level, and you're obviously you're gonna see a raise. You're gonna see the eye level obviously above the curve.
Yeah, or something else. If you have, the distance between 3 points, and you know them well, as in 3 points makes a triangle forms a plane, and from this plane you can calculate all the distances to a fourth point, and but nobody's bothered doing that much math. I did it. It was fun.
Yeah, you could actually do it that way, but that's the first thing I was going to say. That it's a little overcomplicated. It's not necessary, but it is fun. I love trigonometry. I'm one of the few people that would actually be interested in doing that because I just love the trigonometry. But
I wrote an Octave script for that.
But it's just as well we like different things. I mean, the math. I'll be honest, the math leaves me pretty much cold. Beyond basic math, I'm not knocking it. It just isn't me, So it's good if people have got different ways of tackling things. And Crafty, I'm sorry, but Arnold's having none of it. I brought him over. He jumped straight off my lap, and he's gone and sat by the door again. Sorry. I'll try again if he wanders over.
Hey, Mr. Sensible, try just ignoring just for an extended period of time, and he'll come.
Yeah, well, that's the wonderful thing about a cat. If a cat's annoyed with you, only a cat could follow you around and from room to room and turn their back and ignore you. Follow you and ignore you. I love cats. They're brilliant. Best thing. Yeah, real. You're right. He just doesn't want to go on stream tonight.
I didn't realize this until a couple of years ago. I mean, I really didn't. I never had really cats until for a long time. I had when I was a kid, but I didn't realize that cats only want attention when they want it. In other words, if you try to give them attention, they don't. It's like if it's not interesting to them at the time, they'll just go away. They're not like dogs.
Well, you see, Arnold's not normally like that. He will just he'll follow me down the garden because I'm down here in a garden office. He'll follow me back up. He'll follow me around the house. If he's sat on anyone else's lap, if I walk in the room, he'll get off to come to me. He's absolutely loyal to me. He just can't make up his mind tonight if he wants to be in or out. But there we go.
Poor guy.
Poor guy, yes. Yeah, Arnie's going to bring me a dead critter. Look at me and say how much he loves me and now worship me. That's right. Actually, that's something else they'll do. They'll come in with something and maul until you say, yeah, well done, and then they'll go off with it. Although one night, me and Mrs. S were sat watching TV and suddenly one of the cats ran across the room with a squirrel. The weird thing was they ran across the room and out. They already had the squirrel in the house. Where they got it from, I don't know. But the next day we just found just the tail and the head on the patio. The rest had gone.
They just wanted to flaunt. That's all.
Well, the best thing was, it wasn't Arnold. It was either his mum or his aunt. One Christmas, or one Sunday rather, dragged in a chicken. I mean, a cooked chicken. They'd stolen from someone's kitchen.
I mean that's nice.
Yeah, but we didn't mention it to anyone. So there's some neighbours gonna. Where the hell did our chicken go? We did.
Take that to the grave.
Yeah, we can't tell anyone.
My grandfather's cat once actually brought a rabbit, living one.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was one of our neighbors had a bunch of rabbits, and his fence wasn't fixed properly, and so they always escaped. And there he got it from, but sadly it died in a couple of days. So it was really a pity.
Well, who was it? Hugh Jas just said, "Dogs have masters, cats have staff." That's so true. Definitely. Oh, what's this? Tell Seti Alpha, you can have a frame picture when you reach 1,000 subs now. Look, yeah, that's what that picture is. It's cheese. I'm not going to... we had a cheese update last stream, but yeah, that was my 1,000 subscribers YouTube Cheese Award. Which... I have outed myself, Crafty, but I don't believe right now any of my neighbours are actually subscribers or followers of this channel. So they probably still don't know that it was my cat that had their Sunday lunch. Absolutely brilliant.
But I think they would laugh about it.
I think so. But we probably owe them a chicken.
Maybe, Mr. Sensible, there's some way that you can like set up some kind of VPN system where, like, your channel gets blocked by the blade or node that you're on, so they can't see it.
Or perhaps I just need to CGI myself so I look like someone else. Patricia, that cheese is not minging. It's not minging. I'm proud of that cheese. It's an experiment. I'm trying to evolve life. I'm going to have I can't say it now. Abiogenesis thing. Is that, I've forgotten how you say it now. Abiogenesis. That's right. Abiogenesis Mark II. Just to piss off Kent Hovind.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what we always say when we have something rotting in our fridge. Oh look there, our bio experiment is ongoing.
I thought Ken Hovind could like beat you with one hand behind his back or whatever his slogan is.
Oh, Kent Hovind's he's an idiot. He's an idiot. I'll just say we got another new visitor in the waiting room, Corpus Defectus. Corpus, if you can hear this, I'll bring you in a minute. So you've had your warning.
Yeah.
Talking about cheese.
Off Swedish.
Today I discovered something. Oh, sorry, Mitch, go.
Oh, I was going to say, Ken Hovind is an enemy of mankind, period.
To this day, the best Ken Hovind debunk video, without a doubt, is the old Desert File, the jar of, what was the jar of
peanut
tomato
butter
sauce? What was it? No, it wasn't peanut butter. It was a pasta sauce. The pasta sauce. It was the pasta sauce jar video he did. I don't know if you guys.
I didn't see it with pasta sauce. I saw him talking about, it might not have been Kent now, the peanut butter, saying that all the how many millions of jars of peanut butter are there, and how many times you ever opened it and found some sort of evolved life.
He must have done it with peanut butter too. The one I saw was the pasta sauce. He might
was
have,
it the same
done
thing then?
Peanut butter. Same thing.
Yeah, it's nuts, isn't it? They just do not understand.
And they're not particularly creative, are they?
No. Well, definitely not, because Kent's still using exactly the same slides and spiel that he used years ago.
Yeah,
there are
86.
Yeah, there are 7 kinds of evolution: chemical, biological, stellar. I mean, just because it's got the word evolution does not mean it's talking about anything connected. He's an idiot. He's an absolute idiot.
And he's an asshole.
Yeah, although I must say, Timo's just pointed out that calling Kent an idiot is a gross and rude insult to idiots around the world. You're quite right. I do not want to upset any idiots. Kent has got a degree from Patriot University. I think it cost him a couple of $100. Have you seen his thesis?
Isn't he a doctor? Doesn't he have a doctorate?
Yes, a doctorate from Patriot University. Yeah, and he wrote a thing, and it starts off, "Hi, I'm Kent Hovind." I mean, that's not how you start it, is it? That really isn't.
Yeah, you have an abstract.
Well, hi, I'm Kent Hovind. Well,
Great.
It's just a joke. It must be there somewhere online. It must be worth trying to dig it out.
Oh, please. Please don't come into my Google search.
No. I actually had somebody writing about me as in sociality. I don't know how the field of study is called, but I mean, they did a lot of work for that. And it didn't start with "Hi, my name is."
I'm ashamed.
It was really a good written document, and I read it fully through, and I'm impressed, but not high. That's the start of an informal letter.
I just want to say I did have another super chat a few minutes ago from Mr. Mitch Goldstein, who super chatted $2 US saying, "We love you, Mr. S!" Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. There was no space commas in there, Mitch. Actually, the whole space comma thing's died a death, hasn't it?
Oh no, we need space commas.
Space comma.
Are you asking for another $2?
No, I'm not, Mitch.
My God. The show just started. Jesus Christ.
No, but it's just, oh, thank you, Daybreaker Flint. But it's just space comet was such a big thing just a short while ago, and now it's all gone. Do you think Flurfs have become more aware of their punctuation?
Maybe.
No.
I mean, that did point out a lot of things, and so did Writer of Dinosaurs. I mean, even I have sometimes trouble seeing things, and I have to say, I'm not perfect at grammar. I mess things up.
Of course, any of us do. But the whole space comma thing, it was just a few. I think in particular, it was just a few comments that were absolutely littered with them. I'm going to bring in Corpus because I said I was going to bring him in, and then I forgot. Just 1 second. Hello, good evening, Corpus. Sorry, I left you sat there for a while. Do apologise.
No worries. I had a good chat with Colin. So.
Oh, good stuff. And how are you?
I'm fine actually.
Super chat.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Been working out lately, so I lost like 13 kilos. So.
Oh wow! Is this because you're locked down?
No, this actually was before we got locked down. I was having some health issues by the end of last year, and the doctor just basically said I was too fat. So.
What a doctor!
Don't let the lockdown. Don't let the lockdown let you gain it back, man.
Oh yeah, I'm keeping it up, man. I'm working my ass off. I also got like weights, you know. I got my daughter, which I put on my chest while I do. my daughter actually learns to count that way to 10.
How old is she?
She's 2.
Oh, That's brilliant
And
age.
I do squats with my 6-year-old son. So
Oh, well,
Super chat.
I've actually just got a flurry of super chats have just come through, so I'll quickly read those. Crafty Keeler has super chatted €2 saying ... space comma, and then Huge Arse has super chatted Australian $6.66. Are they cents, dollars and cents for Oz? I think so. Does anyone know? Australian dollars? Is it Australian
I
cents?
believe their currency is kangaroos and their change are wallabies.
Oh, okay. So 6 kangaroos and 66 wallabies. Hail Sagan. And space comma. And, and then St. Q has just super chatted €2 saying a 15 degree per hour drift. Thank you, Bob. Yeah, thanks, Bob. I'm going to have to do a little animation for that. Just like, let's see if I can just do it, because I've got this wonderful little Miss Victory with her Del Cow. No.
I love this.
And so thank you for that super chat, and you, Hugh, and Crafty Keeler. Thank you, all of you, so very much. Oh yes, of course. I did realise it was you, but I didn't know if you wanted that known. It was the same name, you know.
Man, the secret is out. Okay, damn.
Well, I wouldn't want to dox anyone who didn't want to dox. I've had people before who different names on Discord from chat and so on.
Oh, they can try. I don't give a crap.
Nah.
Don't you have to kill everybody now that the word is out?
Sorry, you talk to me or to 3 a.m.?
3 a.m. of course.
I mean, if they want to give me, that type of attention, thank you. I mean, it means you have nothing to do in your life, but thank you.
Well, the whole doxing type of thing, I think, is really bad. I don't know if you follow Thunderfoot, but I was following him before he was doxed. He was doxed big time by this guy who didn't like the fact that Thunderfoot was attacking religion, and this guy was a Muslim and really took offence of it, and doxed Thunderfoot as I can't remember his second name, Phil, whatever it is, and I believe he also contacted Phil's employer.
That is correct.
Yeah, tried to get him to lose his job, which I think is absolutely despicable.
The only one I knew that tried to take his job was that feminazi woman. She actually tried to. I know there were multiple accounts though.
Yes. Yeah.
The one that said that she had a sniper outside her window.
Yeah, but that didn't risk his job and stuff.
It didn't. Yeah, that's true too. It was, but the thing is, she was really asking for it. She was on the work that transport service of some kind.
I don't recall that. I mean, I remember the other guy, but I don't recall that one.
Oh, was it Brianna Wu?
The one that looked like some kind of she's 50 years old, but she looks like she's 70. You tell that she's done way too many drugs in her life.
The bad ones, I guess.
And people have said it was Phil Mason. That's right. I love channels like Dan Fight, Skeptic, and so on. Loads and loads of brilliant channels. But I do love Thunderfoot. Something about his delivery.
Yeah, and he shows that a lot of things out there are bullshit, like solar panels, but solar roadways.
Solar freaking roadways.
Yeah.
Oh man, yes.
Well, Thunderfoot did two things that I really admire.
Excellent.
Number one, his takedown of Theranos and Elizabeth Holmes is absolutely epic. I recommend highly that you check out that video. And also another thing that Thundy does is I'm also a Kickstarter. I have my own company that my kind of side hustle.
Yeah.
And I do it through Kickstarter. And he also debunks impossible Kickstarter projects like
That's
Like
what I'm watching for.
self-filling
Water bottle
bottles.
and that oxygen
and-
thing for breathing underwater.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
The $3,000 telescope that was absolute horse. I don't know if I can say that. Or I don't know how.
Well, horse crap was it?
Horse crap, dude. They were basically selling a horse crap $1,000 telescope that you could actually buy the equipment, making a $2,000 telescope that would be eons better.
Yeah.
Oh,
So basically-
Hyperloop. Hyperloop. That's
Yeah,
another one, isn't it?
Basically selling a, and I'm an astronomer, so I could tell you the telescope he was selling was maybe 250 or 300 pounds
Yeah.
that you could get, and they were selling them for $3,000 on
Pretty much.
Kickstarter.
Money
Yep.
somehow.
Basically, just
that's it.
rebranding a telescope.
Was that this EV scope? Someone's posting
Yeah.
EV scope,
Yeah.
and also mentioning water seer. That was that stupid thing you half bury in the ground and it spins around, wasn't it? To make water for dry places, but of course there was no or barely any moisture in the air to actually pull out of the air, so it didn't really work. EV scope Happy, don't know that one. What was the other one?
Oh, Happy, that's the thing you put on around your neck, and it plays magnetic
Oh my God.
vibrations that make
That
you
was the
happy.
worst one.
I didn't
Holy
see that one.
Shit. Oh my god. Oh, Mr. S, you got to check that one
I
out.
will.
Yeah,
It-
that one is
watch-
crazy.
Watch Thunderfoot's takedown of that. It's definitely worth it. Thunderfoot tends to run a little long. He usually runs about 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah, he can repeat himself a little, labour the point. I mean, I still enjoy him. I really do. I don't think he did so well. I've seen him in a debate with someone, but he took. It's hard to criticise him because he was absolutely valid in everything he was saying, but he was treating the opponent with utmost respect. But he wasn't really getting anywhere because he was trying to counter every stupid little thing the opponent was saying, and so it looked like he was getting backed into a corner. He wasn't. He really wasn't. But I think he's better.
I
on
don't know
video.
that he's such a brilliant debater.
No, exactly.
Fight the Flat Earth. That guy, he has no compunction about calling you names.
None at all.
None at all.
He utterly destroyed Nathan Thompson.
Oh my god, dude! I could watch that 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
Dude, Nathan Thompson just Nathan Thompson destroyed himself.
Well, I've had another
That's what
super
you
chat.
get for fooling with kids.
I've had
Oh,
another.
sorry.
That's right. I had another super chat from Irish Dublin girl, who super chatted $2, saying a Scottish cow says no. So thank you very much for that, Irish Dublin. Are you any relation to who's the other one? There was Irish. I thought it was Irish Dublin, who kept saying I'm not a guy. Or have you just changed your name to Irish Dublin Girl to get that sorted out so that the mistake doesn't happen anymore? That could explain it. Oh, and I don't know if Mr. V is in here right now. You were here earlier, weren't you, Mr. V? But this is another one of Mr. V's background arts. This one is called Merciful Bubble. You can buy his artwork. Contact him, Mr. Victory77 at outlook.com. Or as it says on there, Outlook. But you know what I mean. Right, okay, so where were we? Got that out the way. So we were talking about Thunderfoot. Yeah, I've watched Thunderfoot for years. What about, there's another guy, British scientist or science reporter guy. I'm just going to have a look at my...
Have you watched any of Professor Dave's takedowns?
Oh,
Professor Dave explained.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
also
like
there.
Oh,
5
he
times.
did the 10 questions for Flat Earthers,
Oh
didn't
man!
he? So, yeah, I saw that one.
I actually watch his videos. I love I watch his calculus videos and his linear algebra videos just to stay up and keep sharp because I don't do that kind of stuff every day anymore. And his flat earth takedowns are just brutal. He does not mess around. He does not focus on the the little stuff. He just tells it like it is.
Yeah.
And they come back to him and say, "Oh, you're not a real professor." I'm like, "Oh, don't even go there."
Don't even
This
go
guy
there.
is really smart. He's
Fun fact.
super brilliant.
Fun fact: I saw the guy on Discovery Science once, and one of the he actually was on TV.
Nice.
Oh, someone's just Christopher Bell. You must be a mind reader. I said I was trying to think of the name of the other guy. Yeah, Potholer 54. Good call. That's the guy I was thinking of. Potholer 54. He's pretty much stopped putting out videos, and Mr. Andrat agrees. One of the best out there. If you guys haven't checked him out, he is worth checking out. Some brilliant stuff there. Oh, and I'll read it out now because it's just appeared on my screen. Larry XK, one of my very, very newest patrons, has just super chatted $10 US. Thank you very much, Larry.
Thanks, Larry.
Love your channel, Mr. Sensible. Cheers. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you.
So,
It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love this.
Mr. Sensible,
Yes.
you were saying earlier, but was that I like to watch, and I can't. I really feel like I've done this fellow a disservice because he was the first to really bring forward a pushback of an importance to bring these basically conspiracy theorists, these spirit art channels to light on YouTube, to show that they, if they go unchecked, it could be a real problem with just the very intellectual inheritance of people. And that was Cool Hard Logic. Cool Hard Logic he's the father of all of this, man. The stuff he's put out is absolutely priceless.
Yeah.
And if you like to bash apologetics, you should watch Holy Kool-Aid.
Oh, not heard of him or her.
No, it's him.
Super chat.
No,
Excellent.
sorry, I get things coming through my ears. I just got that super chat. Just alerted me. The delays on this are terrible. There we go. I see the chat quicker than I hear the chat, and then it goes through to the stream. It's a delay followed by delay followed by delay. Yeah, Cool Hard Logic. I've seen some of their stuff as well, or his stuff.
How about Sarcastic Barman?
What about?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What a joke. Yeah, he's not very good, is he?
No, I
He's
love
quite
him.
funny.
I think he's
quite funny.
extremely intelligent, and he has a really, really good sense of humor. But
I am
I
only
don't think
joking,
he's a
SB, if you're still
superstar.
in here. He was in here
Yeah.
earlier, and he did one of the first super chats tonight. Yes, he's a good guy. I'm only joking, Barman. Only joking.
I mean, he's not that smart, but no, I'm just.
Well, we got another guest. Everyone's popping in tonight, which is fine. I've got the topic as Ask Me Anything because, hey, I'm up for us discussing anything tonight. Let me bring in 9 o'clock hero. Hello.
You know what I mean?
Sorry, 9. I just pulled you straight in and away from Colon without much warning.
Oh, hi.
How are you?
All good, thank you. I was just telling him about my problem shopping today.
Oh, is this something we all need to know about, or could you just not get the right type of frozen chips?
I suffer from anxiety. And when I have an attack, I get a tickly throat and start coughing.
Right.
And I'm waiting in the queue, and I was about 3 people away from the door, and I could feel my throat starting to tickle. And straight away, I knew what it was. I thought, God, I'm going to start coughing there any minute. And I'm trying to calm myself down, thinking of different things. And at the same time, thinking, if this gets really bad, people are going to be calling an ambulance thinking I'm dying.
Oh, no.
But anyway.
But a quick bit of coughing like that, and everyone will move aside. Go on, you go first.
I got a question. For you, Mr. S.
Oh, well, yeah, but could we just hear the end of 9's story?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, the thing is, like I say, I'm surrounded with people in the queue, and I've got these other people on the forecourt just waiting and stood around and whatnot. But when I got in the shop, to cut a long story short, I was walking around with my trolley, and the couple that were behind me in the queue were behind me in one of the aisles, and I didn't see them. I was walking forward, and I stopped because what I was looking for I'd not found. I thought, well, I must have missed it. So I reversed up a couple of steps, and as I did, I turned around, and the guy behind me nearly knocked his missus flying trying to get out, even though he was about 10 feet away from me, he was pulling his trolley back, and these people. I mean, it's all fear, isn't it? People are so damned afraid of this stuff, but I think I kind of smiling to myself, thinking, I know I'm safe. I've been isolating for long since before the lockdown. As I was saying, it hasn't pretty much changed that much for me. So I've had no symptoms. I've got nothing, and I knew that my cough was due to me anxiety. So I knew I was safe. I knew I hadn't got anything. But of course, everybody else who was out there, as soon as you see somebody coughing, it's instantly goes to, oh no, he's infected.
So was it? And sorry, I don't mean to pry, Nine, but so just say if you don't want to. Was it anxiety brought on by the situation that you were in? The shopping, being there, and everything like that, or was it just something that could just happen anyway?
I've got to be honest, it more often happens if I'm in a waiting situation, like in a queue or in a waiting room or in something like that. And I usually find that if I can find somebody to talk to, it doesn't happen. It's kind of like the chatting helps to relieve it. But if I'm stuck there in a waiting room and everybody's sort of ignoring everybody else kind of thing, or there's nobody you can really kick up a conversation with, then after a while I start getting the tickly sensation. Those are the most common scenarios for it to happen, but it has happened in other situations,
Hey, Nine, before COVID-19, I would cough to hide a fart. Now I
fart to hide a fart.
Oh dear.
It's kind of an awkward thing for me at this moment in time,
Farting and coughing everywhere.
I got hate people, man. It's like I walk around with a mask outside because people are looking at me else, because I've got this nose strip and.
I drink water. It went down the wrong hole. Damn it! I'm just trying to get the water.
Well, I've got to be honest. Normally, if I go out, I usually carry a drink or a bottle of water with me. But obviously, because you're stuck inside more often than not, I can't nip into a shop and just grab a bottle of water these days. Because I remember in the queue, as soon as my throat started tickling, I was thinking, "Oh God, they're not going to let me just run inside and grab a bottle of water. I've got to sort of do something about it. I can't just go and grab a water." But
just talk like Sling Blade. It's out of gas.
So, Mitch, what was it you wanted to ask just a minute ago?
Oh, I wanted to know what your favorite Bond movie was. And I have it written down what my prediction is.
Oh, really?
Which, of course, I can't show anybody. But I've been thinking about this for a while, and I want to see if I'm correct.
Okay.
So I'm going to type it into chat.
Okay. Before you do,
okay.
I won't. Before you do, I'll say that I'm pretty sure it's not. Well, it's not the best Bond movie, but I just really, really enjoyed it. Okay.
All right. I'm going to put it in chat right now.
Well, I'm not looking. I'm looking at Arnold. So tell me when you're ready. This will be interesting.
Okay, I've typed it in.
Right, so you're ready for my answer?
Yeah.
Moonraker.
No, really? Oh.
Yeah. I know it's a tacky one. I know it's a rubbish one. I just really enjoyed it. I love Jaws and.
It's Jaws, yeah.
There's two with Jaws, right?
Yes, that was the second one, wasn't it? Because he did survive because he went back to Earth in a space shuttle with that girl, didn't he?
Right. He was also in the one where he drove the Lotus.
That's right. Lotus Esprit, wasn't it? Out from the sea.
Yeah. Under the water one.
Yeah.
Right.
I forgot, what was that one called? The Spy Who Loved Me.
Yes, Spy Who Loved Me.
Yeah.
Now I guessed my guess was Thunderball, just so you know, and the reason why is because of Tom Jones.
Right. Okay. Why Tom Jones?
I don't know. We were just talking about it, and it's a Sean Connery one. That's definitely a plus.
Yeah. Sean Connery's brilliant.
I figured for sure you would be picking one of the Connery movies. So
well, like I said, it's not that it was the best one. It's just one that I really enjoyed. I was right at the age it was perfect for, and so on.
I love them all, actually. If you really must.
Jaws was played by.
I'd go for the original Casino Royale.
The worst one, as far as I'm concerned, it had probably one of the best. What someone's just saying about it, actually. it had one of the
You're
best
talking
bombs.
about the one with John Huston and Woody Allen and
Yes, yes.
Peter Sellers. Seriously,
The one I
the
thought
one that
was
Peter
worse was
Sellers was so impossible they threw him off the set and finished the movie without him, and the movie didn't make any sense, and it still made money. That one,
That's the one. That's the crazy one with
Yeah.
David
because of
Niven in
Bridget
it.
Bardot.
Kaiser.
That's why.
Kaiser.
Everybody wants to see Bridget Bardot.
Excuse me.
Kaiser, you're a star, because that's what I was going to say. The worst one, as far as I'm concerned, it probably had the best Bond in, was Skyfall. I agree, it was utter rubbish. The idea that he was going to defend M, and he took her back to Skyfall, and then was trying to defend her just with his one gun, absolutely ridiculous. I thought it was crazy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, there we go. This was. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have muted.
You're right.
Yeah, I believe there was some politics involved in there, and that's as far as I'll go with it.
Sorry, with what? Have I missed
No,
something?
no, go ahead, Corpus.
No, nothing. I just sneezed my brains out. So.
Well, Malicious Bloke said George Lazenby was the best Bond. Fight me.
He was good.
I don't. I mean, I have seen it, but it was such a long time ago.
And I'll tell you, if they didn't kill Diana Riggoff at the end of that movie, George would have stayed on. It was only because that really, really pissed everybody off. He finally got married and killed Diana Riggoff at the very, very end of the movie. Sorry, spoilers, I know. The movie did come out in 1967, so I think you're okay.
Well, some people might still be getting around to seeing it. 1967.
I think so. Because it was before, right before Diamonds Are Forever was the next one. That was 1970, I believe.
Well,
And
now,
that was again, they brought Roger Moore back. I'm actually looking it up.
Well, Nails077 says modern Bond movies don't feel like Bond movies for me. They feel like any other action movie, and forget that what makes a Bond movie is the silly, fun stuff. And I agree, actually.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Bond getting the most impossible girls.
Yes.
Isn't that Captain Kirk though?
Oh, Captain Kirk got all the girls, didn't he?
I think Bond is maybe the well, who came first, Star Trek or James Bond? It's so far back, I don't
think it was Bond that was first.
Well, we watched.
But all the Bond films originally, they were a bit tongue in cheek, weren't they? And it's like I said, the Skyfall ones were taking it to like the action heroes.
That's exactly. That's what
you know what I mean.
What Nails077 was saying. That's right. I mean, it might be a good film, a good action film, a good story. That's great, but it's not really Bond.
No,
it's more like Mission Impossible.
All
yeah,
right,
and I
guess
like
my
those
favorite.
too. Yeah.
Guess my favorite.
So, I guess your favourite Bond.
Guess my favorite Bond movie.
License to Kill.
No. Cold.
Live and Let Die.
Very close. That's my second favorite.
I was going to say Man with the Golden Gun.
Yeah.
No, it's a Sean Connery one.
Oh, I lose track of who's who.
Yeah.
Oh, the Highlander then.
From Russia with Love. From Russia with Love is my favorite.
Dude, this whole philosophy of 007 is reminding me of that scene from Train Spotting when the sick boy is doing his contemplation on
Oh, you dropped out, I think. I saw Train Spotting only once, years and years ago, and I can't remember it.
No.
What's going on? No. We're getting loads of these news.
I've got to admit, I've only seen it once.
What, Train Spotting?
Yeah, that was a long, long time ago.
What's the deal with everybody like this not living in the UK, not only seeing Train Spotting once or never, and then everybody else?
Yeah, what the hell is that about? That's such an awesome movie. It's worth seeing just for the music. Even if you went and saw the movie and closed your eyes and put your fingers in your ears when you listen to the dialogue, it's worth it.
Just a perfect day.
I can't remember the film, really.
I can't see it because there's an extremely disturbing scene in it that got Julie upset. I'm not allowed to watch it.
I troll the shit. Oh, sorry. I troll the crap out of my friend, my best friend of all time, because he gets traumatized with that scene, and I mess with him every chance I.
That's a pretty hard scene, though. So I won't. No spoilers, but there's a scene when the main character is detoxing from heroin, and he hallucinates.
Baby
baby oriented. Yeah.
All right. Well,
No,
let's leave it at that then.
What's the movie with the in the 70s? What's the movie where he gets possessed? She gets possessed. What's
The Exorcist.
Yeah, Baby Exorcist. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You should, if you want to watch a really good like a comedic remake of The Exorcist, you should watch Repossessed. It's really awesome.
I got a question, Mr. Sensible.
Go ahead.
How many famous flat earthers do you think that are actually watching right now? Your stream.
I don't know, but I know that as soon as I started my stream, I got a thumbs down straight away. Sorry, when I say started my stream, I don't mean actually started it. I mean when I scheduled it. So about an hour and a half before the stream actually started, I had a thumbs down. So I think there's at least one.
That was Ross. That's an Aussie thumbs up.
Oh, is it? Oh, it could be, couldn't it? We had that conversation before. Hello, Now Pinion. We got Now Pinion out in the Thai chat and asks, what are our thoughts about A Clockwork Orange? That's another film I've only seen once. I found that an odd film.
Oh man, Mr. Sensible.
I've watched it, but you know, other films.
Another movie that with a fabulous, just the soundtrack alone is worth the price of admission. And Malcolm McDowell was a brilliant actor, and he made exactly one brilliant movie. And then he did Caligula, and that pretty much ended his career.
I've seen that. Yeah,
You've seen Caligula.
Yeah.
It's a horrible movie. It's absolutely awful.
Oh, someone's mentioning Reservoir Dogs. Now, I love that. Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Excellent movie.
Reservoir Dogs, Usual Suspects.
What were the other Tarantino ones?
Everybody thinks that I got my name from the Kaiser Soze. Everybody thinks I got. No, that's not how I got my.
Are you going to tell us then?
What? Who?
You really want? You want to know? All right, it's a story.
I'll make a deal. If you could keep it to 2 paragraphs, we're good.
I can. Back in the late 90s, I was into a lot of web development programming, and I loved math. I always loved math, and I wanted to claim the .com domain of Heiser. Jesus Christ, hyperq.com. It was even back in 1999. It was already taken, and I was very down about this. I was really depressed about it. And during a drunken stupor, 2 weeks later, I was watching Showtime on cable and TV, and they had they were premiering a Japanese anime movie that had just been dubbed called Gal Kaiser. And if you look it up, it's a really good it's a good TNA movie. Tissanet. And in my drunken stupor, I married Hypercube and the Kaiser stones that they were talking about in the movie. And
oh, I thought that was toast and almonds. Thanks for clearing that up for me.
Well, Clive Wells says Pulp Fiction. Excellent. I love that. Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead. I absolutely love that film. But they also mentioned Kill Bill. I've not watched that. It just doesn't appeal to me. The best film ever, because of how we watched it, is some people don't mind about spoilers. I absolutely hate spoilers. Me and Mrs. S went to cinema to see something. Can't remember what it was. Got stuck in traffic or couldn't park. By the time we got there, the film had already started. We thought, there's no point. I'm not going to go in part way through. And said to them, what else have we got? They said, we got this, we got that. No. Oh, we got a Tarantino film. That time, I had never seen a Tarantino film. And I said, what's that? She said, it's this sort of an exciting film. And, he did Pulp Fiction, which I'd heard of at the time. Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll go watch that. It was From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
Okay, so we went in, And the first half of Dusk Till Dawn was like a typical road movie with some violence. Brilliant stuff. I loved it. Mrs. S loved it. And of course, they went to From Dusk Till Dawn. And then when things started happening, he says very carefully to not give any spoilers, Mrs. S hit the bloody roof. She was terrified. But we got the full effect because, of course, for the story, those characters, they were undergoing one situation and suddenly everything changed. It was exactly that for us. We had one sort of film. What the hell is this? Loved it. Absolutely loved it. That's what first hooked me on Tarantino.
I think that was the first Tarantino film I ever watched as well. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah. It was silly.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you want to get a good idea of what Kill Bill is what it's about, imagine if Bruce Lee were alive today, or at least were alive at the moment of the time the movies were made. It's basically what you would expect somebody like Bruce Lee to make in a film if he were still alive at the time it was made, and it's that freaking good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've not seen it. I could give it a go, but I do love Pulp Fiction. I do love From Dusk Till Dawn, Reservoir Dogs. I just love the way. I mean, with Reservoir Dogs as well, just like Pulp Fiction, the story's almost back to front and you get it in little bits. I love that, really do. But Mr. Victory also mentioned Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. That is a brilliant film. Absolutely brilliant.
Oh, wait, was El Dorado Quentin Tarantino? He was, right?
No.
El Dorado?
No.
He actually was in the movie. Am I thinking about the right movie?
I think you're probably thinking of some other movie.
What was the one where he was in? He did the bartender joke with the pissing all over the. What am I thinking about?
Layer Cake. Sorry, that's not your answer. Layer Cake. That's another brilliant film. That's with Daniel Craig in it, wasn't it?
Are you talking about Django Unchained? Django Unchained, rather?
It's a good movie. It's a really good movie.
Which people just call it Django because saying Unchained is almost impossible after saying Django.
Django Unchained. What's difficult about that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Real fast.
It never comes out right to me.
Well, someone's also mentioned Snatch, and I said Layer Cake. Wasn't that? Was it Daniel Craig? It was one of the Bond, wasn't it? Was in that.
Have you seen anyone see Knives Out?
No.
Oh, that's a brilliant movie.
I recommend.
It. Oh yes, a must see.
Knives Out.
The Long Kiss Goodnight. That was a good film too.
It was Desperado. Yeah, Desperado. It's actually was a 3-part series, but the one I only saw was
dude. What's that? Another Tarantino?
Yeah, it's Quentin Tarantino. He actually it's one of those movies where he's in the movie itself, like Dusk Till Dawn. He's the brother, and he makes this really ridiculous bar joke. Anyway, he's.
Yeah, don't tell us the joke. I see I've got a couple of new subscribers. A Jan or Jan Söderström. I hope I said that right. And Aspra 1. If you're actually watching as you've subscribed, welcome. Oh, and Matt Churchyard says, yes, it was Daniel Craig. I love that bit when he gets the call from the assassin and he says, do you know who I am? Or do you know where I am? No? Well, fuck off then, and puts the phone down on him. It's brilliant. Oh, David Oliver's just super chatted £2 saying Dogma was filmed with the holy bartender joke. Does that sound familiar? Dogma.
Yeah. Yeah, we just watched it. Dude, we just watched that Friday night. We watched Dogma, and we we had to get a sketchy copy because that particular movie is owned by a bankrupt family, and it is locked up in copyright right now. So none of no one's carrying that movie. Can't be found.
You just don't know how to get a hold of it right.
Oh, I got a hold of it. I said I watched it. In HD too.
I won't go any further than that.
Well, Clive Wells mentioned The Shining. Now that's a film I'd heard so much about, and when I watched it, I must admit I thought it was a big letdown. Personally, I know other people think it's absolutely brilliant.
Least favorite Kubrick movie by far.
Did you see the sci-fi series remake of it, where it was like a 4-hour miniseries, and they were able to add a bunch of stuff. The Shining movie was horrible because you only like saw 1% of the book. I mean, you know,
I just thought it was overrated. It just did nothing for me. But I suppose people have got different tastes, and other people may absolutely love that. I mean, someone's mentioned Inglourious Bastards. I saw that. That's a Tarantino, isn't it? And it was okay. But for me, that's all it was. I thought it had nothing on Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction, I have to say, is one of my all-time favorite movies.
You've got to do a sex dance.
Oh, have I now?
Yeah.
Now, Pinion, you do realise that Super Chats, and it does tell you, are non-refundable. But let's read that out. Now, Pinion has just Super Chatted 119 Swedish krona. I've been away for YouTube for a while due to Corona stuff. Oh, man, I hope you're okay, pal. The company I work for is closing down, and I also lost my studio as well. I've watched your videos to cheer myself up. Anyway, I'm back. Now, I hope things settle down. I hope that you're well, or getting better if you're unwell. And I'm sorry about your studio. Get in touch with me on DM. We'll catch up and have a chat sometime soon. Okay, thank you very, very much for the super chat. I know I don't have to do a sex dance. I've done that before. I did it on video, and it's back there in my back catalogue.
You should have the wedding dance queued up.
Oh, I loved that.
Yeah.
That was fun. I've got a photo here. Hold on. I better give it quick dust. Here on my desk. My daughter gave me this. There we go. That was taken by the professional photographer. I was well pleased with that. Actually, I'll actually go on the large screen. That might make sense. There we go. You can see it there. That was brilliant fun. Only the two of us and my youngest daughter, who was doing some filming as well, because I wanted to make sure it was caught. No one else knew. Not even Mrs. Sensible. So she couldn't believe it when that happened. Couldn't believe we managed to practice that.
rock, stay in the night.
Let's not get to the high note.
Oh, excuse me. Patricia, it was not a dad dance. It was a mashup, a popular mashup dance. Actually,
It looks like the stuff from
it was a Dusk Till Dawn moment.
No, Saturday Night Fever. You know, Saturday Night Fever.
That's that
Stay in
bit,
the night.
yeah. That was that part of the dance. I'm just trying to find out how many views that had. He says scrolling back. I'm on
Well, you certainly
videos.
took us. You certainly took us by surprise. I mean, we were all trying to figure out what was going to come out of this, and I'll tell you, you got us. It's brilliant.
Oh, thank you, Mitch. I've just looked back to it. It was 2 months ago. It says so it could be nearly 3. It was January, wasn't it? Yeah. It only had 1,900 views. I thought it had more than that, actually. Oh well.
I think isn't that called the Funky Chicken?
No, it's not called the Funky Chicken. Get out.
Wow.
No, we had a bit of everything in there. It was all good fun, and no one was expecting it. So you can hear on the recording, people are just sort of pretty much carrying on doing whatever, talking, drinking, and then suddenly the music changes, and we got some real good cheers and that. And yes, where was it? I saw someone said, I can't see it now, but the dance. Oh, let's do the time warp. Yeah, that was one of them.
Yeah, you did my time warp.
We had Friends. I can't remember what else now. Timo says play it on stream. Well, Timo, I would. Unfortunately, it will demonetize this entire live stream. But what I could do is put a link to it, and then you can watch it. Because I didn't mind for the actual thing that it was. I knew it was going to be copyright claimed. I'm just lucky that it was all people who just grabbed the income from it. Not that it's going to be masses, but they grabbed the income. They could have quite easily have just stopped me from having the vid.
You're falling away.
Here you go. There's a link to it. So enjoy. It's only just sort of 4.5 minutes long.
Yeah, I was talking to chat. Are you much of a fan of movies?
Sorry, you're asking me?
Oh, I like action.
Well, everyone.
Hey, Mrs. Sister, you're cutting out a little bit.
Oh, not again. I had Colon have a look, and we adjusted one of the settings, and he thinks that's helped.
It is.
Yeah, it's Discord where the problem is, because there's no problem as it's recording to the live stream. It's a Discord thing. So people out there can hear me better than you can. Oh, we got another visitor. I'll give you a shout out so that you're aware. Crafty Keeler's sat there in the waiting room. We'll drag her over in a minute or two. War films, yeah, I loved Saving Private Ryan. I know they twisted the actual story, but that scene at the beginning was just absolutely stunning.
Never seen it.
Oh, you're kidding, Mitch.
No.
Have you seen what was the guy Oscar, the guy who smuggled Jews out of Germany? What was his name? Or what was
Schindler's List?
Schindler's List. Have you
List,
seen
yeah.
that, Mitch?
I don't want to go into it, but I generally speaking don't do Holocaust.
No, and I understand that.
Sore subject.
But what I was going to say was, it's one of those powerful films that, even though it's absolutely horrible,
Excellent.
it's a film that I think most people should watch to try and get a bit of understanding of how awful it was. Not to glorify it, because
Right.
Yeah.
And you remember just a couple of months ago, I went to Poland and
Yeah.
I went to Krakow. People say, "Oh, did you go to Auschwitz?" I'm like, "Are you serious?" It's like, I'm going to go all the way to Poland for the first time in my life, have a beautiful medieval city to explore. And people ask, "Did I go to Auschwitz?" No, I did not go to Auschwitz. No, I did not go to the Anne Frank house. I just, I had some really close friends who were victims, and the stories that I heard when I was a kid gave me nightmares.
I'm not surprised.
And I really can't stomach it, which is why, without getting too deep into politics, what's going on over here in the States. It's very, very scary.
Yeah.
For us.
Actually, I'm lucky I'm sitting here because, like, my grandfather, he walked home from Kamp Westerbork. That was like a train station in Holland, Barding.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. But the thing is, like, the Canadians and the Americans just got here in time for me to be alive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, Mitch, I mentioned Schindler's List. It was only because of the power of the movie. It's like that with the start of Saving Private Ryan. The rest of it, I mean, I know it's based on the true story, but they no doubt took a lot of liberties with the story. But the first 5 to 10 minutes showing the beach landings, I'm aware that when that, or prior to that film actually going out, they showed it to a lot of veterans, and those guys said it was absolutely realistic.
I saw
I can
that
imagine.
same. I saw that same documentary. It was yeah.
Now-
Horrifying.
Has anyone seen The Wall? Pink Floyd's The Wall, the film?
Oh, yeah.
There's a
I have
scene
a
in
great
there.
story about that that's not suitable for YouTube or monetized videos. But
I'm going to bring in Crafty Keeler now. She's been sat there waiting a while. Hello, Keeler. How are you?
Hello.
Are you all right?
All good.
We got a whole bunch of people in here, as you can see. We've got 3am Paranormale Horror. We got Corpus. We got you. We have Kaiser Cube, Mitch, And at the bottom, last but not least, 9 o'clock hero. Oh, someone's just gone. Who? And someone's back again. Who was that? She's gone.
Oh.
She's gone and gone. She run away.
Oh, that is a shame.
Yeah, I
It
think.
must be my ugly face.
Well, someone's scared. Someone's just scared her off.
Now, I will say there's one Holocaust movie that I do like. If you remember, was a TV movie, QB7, the Leon Uris novel, and it was the first time I ever saw. It was like 74, 75, and
No idea what happened there.
it was
Hello, Keith. Sorry,
Anthony
Mitch. Keely, you're back.
Hopkins.
Anthony
Anthony
Hopkins.
Hopkins. First time I ever saw him, and he was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Amazing.
Hey, Grafty.
Hello, how are you?
We're all good, thank you.
I'm good. How's the goats?
The goats are doing fine. I'm absolutely exhausted, to be honest.
Oh.
I've been running around with them and trying to get videos done, and it's just been crazy.
Have you got some? Or...
But yeah, the goats are good. Everyone is fine. Waiting for the next baby.
Oh, are you going to give a goat away as a prize on your channel?
No.
Hey, she can make goat cheese for her debunks.
I can give goat I can give the opportunity of goat cuddles, but you'd have to travel here.
Goat cuddles. Well, someone in chat, I don't know if you saw it earlier, Keela, but someone in chat was talking about how, because we were talking about food, how wonderful goat curry is.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I think it would be funny to have a pet goat named Masala.
Masala.
That'd be a great name.
So how are you? It was good to see you and Hugh had teamed up on that video.
Yeah, I had great fun making it. And thank you, Hugh, for actually editing it, because I was trying to edit my first. So I've kind of gone with a series that I've named Challenging Conspiracies. And I was working on my first video for that, and I recorded the one for Hugh, and Hugh did pretty much all of the work.
Ah, that's the way to do it, isn't it?
So thank you to Hugh, and please subscribe to his channel too.
Why not?
It's good fun. It's good fun.
Well, I thought.
But yeah,
I was going to say, I thought it's really. Yes, I know. I saw you said in chat earlier. I'm really glad that you're getting on making videos.
Ah, yeah.
Have you got many
I think
more?
I'm mad. I think I've lost my mind.
It's
but
addictive, isn't it?
it is. It's weird. I've been to bed like at 4 o'clock in the morning pretty much every night.
So early night
watching
then.
live streams and stuff. Yeah, pretty much.
Someone said, oh, Demon Orb said, baby goats. You're kidding. Ba-dum.
I've heard all the jokes.
Have you? So the challenge for us is to come up with a goat joke you've not heard of before.
Oh, God help me.
Okay, guys, there's a challenge. A goat joke.
Okay, by Friday. I'll be back on the live stream on Friday. You're doing a live stream on Friday.
I
I'll
am
come back on then.
indeed. I am indeed with James M. Skipper. I presume you didn't see that one, Keela?
I have. I watched it.
Did you? You went back and watched it?
Because I've been binging. Yeah.
Oh
yeah. I've been binging on YouTube for the last 6 weeks.
Oh yeah. Well, Mitch is Jim is such a nice guy, such a gentle guy, and he's done some amazing things. I mean, the idea of testing a Gemini spacesuit. How many people are there that can? I mean, that photo I showed earlier was him. It's just absolutely astonishing. Lovely guy. I'm not. Glober Mommy said, "Let's not butt heads with the panel." Yeah, go on.
He also said, "You are mad, or you would not be making videos." That is very, very true, and I cannot wait to actually join you and Ilya Moon on the Shields on Call 4. That's going to be so exciting.
Yeah. So tell us about that. I saw you said something about that in the chat. When's that going to be?
That is this Sunday.
This Sunday. Okay.
Yes, I'm not sure of the time. I think it's like 11 o'clock our time. I'm not quite sure of the time yet, but I'm very, very excited.
I think it's more like 1 o'clock, isn't it?
It could be 1 o'clock, but again, I haven't been sleeping until 4 a.m., so I think I'm good.
Yeah, well, you say you think you're good, but I was asked to join in Logical Troglodytes 66. I think it was his 666 subscriber special, and because of the time zones, and of course he's usually fitting in with us. I think we started about 3 or 4 in the morning. I actually had to get up for it, so that was tough. Then you know you've gone mad.
You got a new subscriber, Crafty.
Yeah, now Pinion.
Hey, Crafty.
Yeah.
You realize you sound exactly like Ceres on Crate from the Witcher 3 video game. You sound exactly like her voice character.
Mhm. Either one.
Okay, well, that's a better signal. We'll go.
Sorry, where were
Julie
we?
says hello. Julie says hello, Mr.
Oh,
Sensible.
hi, Julie. Hope you're doing well.
She says hi. She's doing okay, all things considered.
And how's the chicken going, Mitch? That's much more important.
Well, it's going on the smoker, and I have the chicken skin in a pan. Jewish people like to use chicken fat in our cooking because we have no regard for our own cardiac health. And I'm rendering down the chicken skin, and the meat is going on the smoker, and the bones are going into the stock pot. So it's a whole.
You have no
project.
Sounds about right.
You
to
have
me.
you have no candle to hold to the Cajun culture.
Yeah, we don't eat the bones, but other than that, we make use of it all for sure.
I'm looking because apparently someone has sent a goat joke, but I can't see it. You're right there, Nine.
Yeah, I'm okay. I can't mute my mic because I'm on the phone, and So,
Oh, okay. Well, as long as you're all right, pal.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah, no worries then. No worries. We just wondered if you were trying to get to the front, scare everyone else out. Oh my God, he's got corona.
Mr. Sensible, I've got to
What shall
go.
we call her?
So was that you Corpus?
The temperature outside.
Yeah, I've got to go. My daughter just woke up. She's out of bed.
Alexa, play
Oh,
music.
well, listen,
I'll be
Corpus.
seeing you later.
Corpus, thank you very, very much for joining us.
No worries. It was a pleasure, man. Thank you.
We'll catch you again sometime. You take care.
Sure.
So,
sure,
Mitch,
thanks.
Mitch, you got an open mic.
I'm sorry, Mr.
That's all right. That's
Sensible.
all right. That's all right. But I guess that's Julie we can hear.
Yep, that's her. You want to say hello?
Yeah. Come on, Julie, get your ass on here.
Oh, hi, Mr. Sensible. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Julie. Good to speak to you. How are you?
I'm okay.
So you got Mitch busy doing the cooking then?
He's a good cook. I would rather have him cook because, to be honest with you, I don't like to cook.
Wow.
I'm not terrible at it. I just don't like doing it.
Besides, it's easier if he does it. That.
Well, he is more creative in that way than I am. You know, Mitch is the kind of person who can open the refrigerator and look at the ingredients and say, I'll make, blibbity blah. And it's like magic and it happens.
Well,
I'm not like that.
I just.
I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, I don't look at it and say, do you know what, I could make this. I just start chucking stuff in. I was doing a thing in a wok with chicken, with a load of different spices, and I just thought, honey. So I put in about 3 tablespoons of honey. It worked a treat.
Oh,
yeah.
Mr. C, Mr. S, that's exactly how I cook.
Yeah.
Whatever's at hand, chuck some in, carry on, sorry. Carry on.
No, I was saying
I'm not happy without a plan.
Yeah.
You have to know what to expect. You have to know these tastes. You have to have experience in the taste and the senses of what's going on. And yeah, I like to cook like that too. To be honest, I can't help it. It's like as long as you know what's going to happen. It's like when you have the taste. It's like, okay, I need this, I need that. Sorry.
Well, no, nothing to apologise for. I know what you mean, but I can't do that. But I'm guessing. And then I'll have a try but I'm guessing. But I was actually on a TV programme with 2 UK chefs called the Hairy Bikers. And we would, have you
That's
heard of
already not sounding very good.
No, they are motorcyclists with great big beards, but they're amazing cooks, and they've got lots of cookery books out. And so anyway, we're cooking this stuff. There was about 5 or 6 of us, and what we're doing is we're cooking proper not just chucking sausages and burgers on. We're cooking proper meals on barbecues, because the challenge is they teach us how to do these dishes, then we do them at home, and they film us at home, see how we did. Anyway, we're doing this thing. It was a tahini sauce, I think. I'd never even heard of that before.
Oh, I love tahini.
Yeah, and then he said, "Oh, put in a pinch of so and so." Okay, put it in. Wow, it just totally changed it. He knew what it needed. It's absolutely astonishing. I'd never met anyone who could cook like that before.
A dish that it's like that people really take for granted and don't even understand is coleslaw. Coleslaw is a delicate balance between acidity and sweetness.
Yes.
And it is a fine-tuned thing, and you'd be surprised how few people can actually make coleslaw good. I mean, it's so easy to mess up a batch of coleslaw.
I am actually a professional coleslaw critic. If we go to a place and
I
they
love
have coleslaw, I order it, I taste it, I critique it, and most of the time it doesn't pass, and I don't eat anymore.
Well, certainly any of the
I love you already.
any of the shop bought coleslaw I won't eat. Now, Mrs. S can make the perfect coleslaw, and the secret for her seems to be that it's a mix. I don't know if you have the same stuff which we have called salad cream. It is a
it's mayonnaise.
No,
Japanese
it's not
mayonnaise.
mayonnaise. It's not mayonnaise.
Miracle Whip?
But what we do is 50% salad cream and 50% mayonnaise.
Yeah, the Miracle Whip salad cream is we call it Miracle Whip. What's the word for it, Mrs. Mitch? I can't remember, but it is Miracle.
Yeah, it's like more sour. It has more vinegar or something.
Yes, it's a bit sharper. So a mix of that and mayonnaise, then it's perfect. Too much mayonnaise and no. Too much of the salad
it doesn't
cream.
work. No.
I have to have actually use a mix of apple cider vinegar with white wine vinegar at the side, and I have to have a dash of Dijon mustard. And I don't like using raisins because they're too dry. I use pineapples.
Oh, that sounds good.
Welcome to Cooking with Julie.
Here's
I saw another YouTube guy. His name is Heath Riles, and he did one with blue cheese and apple cider vinegar and mayonnaise and a little cayenne and some oh my gosh, it looked so good. I want to make it, but of course, who knows what I'll find in the store when I go there.
Mrs. Mitch, the most provocative episode of slaw I've ever made. I used pickled beets, and the pickle juice from the pickled beets turned everything red. But it was a bold move, and it worked.
Sounds good. I love beets.
Someone was just asking about what bikes the hairy bikers drive. Actually, let's have a quick look. I'm just going to see if I can swap this over, see if this will work.
Hey, Mitch, I can't see Mr. Sensible. Oh, sorry about that.
That's all right. Let me just see if I can get this. Oh, come on. Web page. This is what I hate, is when you're trying to get these set. Oh, here we go. Hairy bikers. Right, it's coming through now. It'll take about 30 seconds to come through. That's Cy and Dave. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I can see that one of the bikes is a Triumph. I can't see, or I don't recognise the symbol on the other one. So they really are hairy bikers. They've toured the world on their bikes, going to strange places and learning how to cook strange dishes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Oh, there they are.
It's come through, has it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the one on the right's a Triumph, but I don't recognise what the other one is. It's not going to let me zoom in, unfortunately. Oh, no. Never mind. But yeah, have a look at their online. I'm sure they've got a website or something,
Oh, sure.
Julie, and they've got some brilliant stuff. Of course,
Hairy bikers.
they'll measure ingredients properly. None of this cups malarkey. Yeah, so I recommend them. Mrs. S has several of their cooking books and uses them a lot.
Okay. I'm looking them up now.
Do that. Oh, Mr. Bozo Head sells Triumph motorcycles. Oh, BSA.
Oh.
Thank you, Cujo. Sorry, I wouldn't recognise it. I'm not a biker, hairy or otherwise. Ha ha.
Oh, yes. They have a cookbook and a TV program. Look at that.
Yeah. It just sounds a bit funny. Hairy bikers.
Yeah, that's okay. As long as the food is good.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they've got some recipes online. Give them a try.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I am.
Excellent.
I'm going to try them now.
Cool. You'll have to get back to us, and maybe you can critique them.
Oh, I'm losing sound. Are you messing with me?
Yes, yep, what? Yes, yes, whip, yep, what? Oh, we wouldn't mess with you, Julie.
Oh, you wouldn't dare.
Actually, we're allowed to mess with you because you're thousands of miles away, so you can't get me.
I can't get to. You underestimate me.
Probably,
it's
yes.
always a mistake.
Probably.
All right, Mitch, are you ready for Mr. Sensible back? Are you still working? Okay, well, goodbye. It was lovely talking
And
to
to you, Julie, and
I will-
hopefully we'll speak to you again sometime, love, okay?
All right.
You take care then.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, she was very nice, wasn't she?
So you think I could do like a GoFundMe or something for the support group?
What, for Mitch? For Julie, yeah. I think she
No,
needs...
for me, for Julie.
No,
Clearly, she has her act together.
No, Julie's done all right. We're happy with Julie on the channel, mate.
I would,
happy to hear that.
Mitch, I would pay for her recipes.
Her recipes. I see. I'm just a scientist, you know. What do I know?
My trolling has given the chat room coronavirus.
Oh boy, yeah, chicken's coming along.
Oh, good stuff.
All right, where do you want this?
I don't know. Where do we want this, Julie? Do you know 9? Where do we want this?
What's this? Sorry,
I don't know.
Miles
Julie
away.
wants to know where we want this.
Where we want what?
I don't
In the
know.
pot on the table.
Yeah, put it on the table. Not too close to the edge. It might get knocked off, though. Crafty Keely, you back now then, and
I am.
not dropping out. You missed all the cooking
For now.
fun. Good.
Until my connection cuts out again.
Where's the rack?
Is your internet cable getting chewed by goats?
Possibly by cats, but I'm not sure about goats.
Ah. Are you having
Yeah,
problems
we
with
have
cats?
2 cats.
Oh, do
We
you?
have 2 cats.
Are they like farms often have feral cats? Are they feral or are they proper pet cats?
They're farm cats.
Hmm.
I don't know. They stalk you. They really want to be around you. They're so friendly. It's ridiculous.
Oh.
So we got very, very lucky with these cats because the mother has been with us since she was about 7 weeks old, and the son was born with us.
Are any of them bald?
No, they're both ginger actually.
Bald?
Oh, that's even better.
I know.
No, I was wondering if we had an official Baldy Cats mascot. I don't know.
Baldy goats.
I had a friend who had bald cats. I forget what they're called.
Bald cats? Oh.
Yeah, the hairless cats.
Yeah, I think they're called hairless cats.
Freaking freezing in here, Mr. Bigglesworth.
I'm just, Mitch, I'm just going to drop DM you a link for Julie. hopefully this is going to come through to you. I think it will. There you go. There's a link to the Hairy Bikers official channel on YouTube. So it's worth a look for her. Like I said, they're brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I'm sure she'll love their stuff. Or is Mitch gone?
I'm here.
Yeah. I just DM'd you a link to the Hairy Bikers channel, courtesy of
They're on the smoker, he said.
someone else. Sorry, I can't see them now. Oh, Global Mommy.
They're chefs.
Kurt.
It's the principal. Are they hot?
Yes.
Cool.
Principal feels like I should get some recipe.
So are you pretty much under the thumb then, Mitch? Is it a dangerous place to be?
No, I'm good. Dude, everything is swell.
Cool.
I can hear something bubbling, like grease bubbling. So there's definitely
That's the chicken skin frying on the stove. I use the chicken fat in cooking, and so we use the whole chicken. We don't waste any of it.
That reminds me of a joke. What's the difference between what's the difference?
Erotica and perversions.
That's right. In erotic sex, you use a feather. In perverted, you use the whole chicken.
That reminds me of a fetish
David Oliver has just super chatted £2 saying hairless cats are called sphinxes from Egypt.
That's right. I forgot about that.
I forget what ugly.
And actually, David, I do apologise, David. I did see it. You super chatted earlier as well, and I haven't read it out. David Oliver, because when we were talking about movies, super chatted £5. Thank you, saying all my friends said Mars Attacks was poo. I absolutely loved it. So did I. Brilliant film. Has me in stitches. That film does.
The first 20 seconds of that film absolutely had me in stitches.
Not that one.
What the intro?
They're barbecue going around.
Oh, the barbecue, yes, running by, yes. And the intro with all the sauces. I absolutely adore it. That's got to be turned up so loud when I watch that. Brilliant
I'm
film.
hearing that sleep. It's official.
Sorry, what was that?
I'm hearing that in my sleep now.
Sorry, you're still dropping out again, or?
I said I'm going to be hearing that in my sleep.
Oh,
now.
I see. Yes, yeah, brilliant film. And old president, I forget his name, Jack Nicholson, absolutely brilliant. That's just
we still got 2 out of 3 branches of government. That's not bad.
Earth and Mars. I must watch that again. Oh, Patricia DeSangelis says she loves it as well. I couldn't believe it the first time I saw it because I came across it by accident, not knowing what to expect at all. And it's just, it's a cracking film. If anyone hasn't seen it, that really is worth a watch.
Have you seen Galaxy Quest?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, classic.
We just watched Dogma, so I'm not sure how we got connected to Galaxy Quest. And and I'm like, gee, where did I make that? And that's because we were watching a show about it. And that's a great flick.
Isn't it just?
Weaver. She's amazing. But it was a little controversial at the time.
No, I absolutely love it.
See, I'm an old school fan. I actually stopped watching TV back in 2010. I just, the Ancient Aliens and the wrestling on Sci-Fi just killed it for me. Sorry to say it, that's just how it is.
The only thing I watch on TV is the news. Anything else, I'll either download or watch on Netflix or whatever. I just don't watch TV now.
No, I'm the same.
But going back though, Farscape and the Lex. I loved Farscape and the Lex. Those were just 2 incredibly awesome series.
I didn't see that. What was that other sci-fi? Mitch, we can hear you cooking.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Then
God damn it.
wood? Are you polishing wood on a?
No, I'm cleaning the pan that my son left in the grill.
Oh,
Taking the Teflon with it too.
but what was that other series set on a big space, not Deep Space Nine, which was Star Trek universe, but another great big station?
Farce? A station? Oh, I know.
Babylon 5. Yeah. 'cause
Babylon 5.
I liked the stories, but I thought that the most ridiculous thing was you could only really identify people as aliens just by very, very ridiculously different hairstyles.
Right. That's why I loved Farscape so much. I mean, have you either watched? So the thing is, you can watch the Farscape series, but the last season is a movie, and the movie is very, very hard to come by. You'd have to, I mean, unless you know the stuff I know, you'd have to pay for it. I mean, pay a lot. But it actually has an ending where the ending, it's a good ending. It actually completes. It's one of those few sci-fi series that actually has a complete ending, and it's good.
So that was Farscape, was it?
Yeah, Farscape. And the thing is, Farscape was filmed in the UK. And back in when it was in season, I had people in the UK that I would be online with. I was a regular, I'd have chat rooms, and the people that I associated with it in UK would try to troll me with spoilers because the UK was 3 months ahead of the US on the Farscape episodes, and yeah, they would really fucking troll the shit out of me.
That makes a change because usually it's the other way around with things like Star Trek and whatever. We're always way behind.
Right.
David Oliver
Farscape was different. Yeah.
Aren't you guys have like the 69th Doctor now or something?
I don't know what number, but it's a woman. I won't watch it. That's nothing against women, but the Doctor's the Doctor. He shouldn't be a woman. I really don't think so.
Of course he should.
No.
I'm inclined to agree with that. To confess,
if you remember the original movies, he was a grandfather with a little girl.
Yep.
And they're not counted. What was it? Not Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing.
Yes,
was in the movies. I rate him as probably closest to the original Doctor, which was. Asking.
I can't.
Was that based on anything? It was a kind of a fresh BBC thing.
It was just a fresh BBC thing. Yeah.
Yeah, really.
It's absolutely brilliant.
Make a science series and spend as little money as possible.
They didn't have the money. They just didn't have the budget. It's the BBC. But I mean, Patricia essentially says a female Doctor Who is wrong. I agree. It's nothing against having a female lead, but it's like I don't know. You're carrying on with the Rocky movies. Oh no, let's make Rocky 6, and it'll be a woman.
It's the same what they did with the Master when they made the Master a woman as well.
What?
The Alien series had no problem with a female lead because it was introduced with a female lead.
Yeah, absolutely. It was brilliant. I remember that because that was on at the same time as here as an Olympics, and I wasn't interested in sports, so I watched V.
I remember V.
Sorry, wasn't that V you were just talking about? Someone said about a female.
We were talking about Aliens.
Oh,
the Aliens movies.
Yes, with Ripley.
There was no problem. It was perfect. It was perfect. It was because it was supposed to be that way. You don't have it's the whole idea of trying to change up something with a reboot that ruins everything.
Yes.
Well, the issue with Doctor Who though, is what a lot of people don't realize is that when it was originally aired and when the idea of regeneration started. That was a brand new concept for TV. That was a brand new concept for any kind of entertainment, that you would actually change up the lead.
Yes, but it enabled, obviously they could because he was an alien, he was a Time Lord.
Exactly.
So what a perfect way of being able to carry on the series. Absolutely.
But the thing with Doctor Who was always that it reflected society as it was written. And it challenged society as it was written. That was the interesting thing, because I've been watching Doctor Who since I was about 5 or 6.
So who was your first Doctor then, Keela?
My first doctor, it was weird because I grew up in the 90s, so it was off air, but my first doctor was Peter Davison.
Okay.
Because I was watching the videos, the VHS.
Yes.
Because my granddad was always into Doctor Who. So I grew up watching Doctor Who. And what I love is he is my favorite superhero because he is a superhero, but he never used weapons. He always used intellect. He had 2 hearts, and he had a screwdriver.
Sonic screwdriver, yes. My first Doctor was the very tail end of John Pertwee, and it was Tom Baker after that, wasn't it? Was that the right?
Oh my lord, Patrick Troughton was my first Doctor.
Was Tom Baker after John Pertwee? I can't remember.
I'll have to get my lad in. He can reel them all off. Even the one before
Tom Baker
Patrick
with
Troughton.
his big floppy hat and his long scarf. That's the other thing. Every Doctor had a different character, definitely.
Right.
But I
Now,
don't know why.
in America,
I just want to say, I just feel that they've made it a woman for PC reasons. I don't mind them covering things that are more topical, but I just feel. Keela, don't get me wrong. I am absolutely not against a woman being a lead in whatever it is. I absolutely believe in equality. I just feel that they've done it for the wrong reasons. That's all.
Yeah. And I agree. It's when it's obvious, when it's made plainly obvious that something is being. I mean, I don't want to say plagiarized, but I have to. It's almost like a plagiarism. It's like, okay, make something else, and there are plenty of female leads that I love because they were made for that purpose. It's like okay, what if there were a Wonder Man? How would you feel about that? No, please God, no.
Yeah, there's a Marvel comic Wonder Man.
Oh God.
Been out for years, been around for years.
Oh God, no.
But with one of the Doctors, they had a female sort of almost opposite called River something, wasn't it? I can't remember. What was it, River?
River Tam.
I don't know. It was that sort of crack in time or whatever, that glowing crack. It would come in all the series. I can't remember. Her name was River something. And she was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
In America, we could only see Doctor Who on the public broadcasting service.
River Song. Oh, right. So,
and they only had the 4th Doctor. So I didn't even know until I got to college that there was any other Doctor other than Tom Baker. Never occurred to me because we never got access to it.
What a shame.
And Tom Pertwee
But that's part of the issue, that people haven't got a clue what the series is about, and unless you watch the new episodes with the female Doctor, how are you to know? Because I've been through so many Doctors, especially since the reboot, and people have said with every new Doctor, this is the worst thing to happen, we can't accept this, I'm never watching the show again. I've seen it. So the question that I have for anyone saying it's the wrong time to have a female or it's the wrong role for a female, have you watched her perform?
That's a tough question.
Because if you don't watch the show, then you don't know whether or not it fits.
Given that, I'm trying to make a general statement. When you have a role in any kind of story, when you're just wanting to change the gender, it really degrades. It really almost a demoralization, because I mean it's plainly obvious. It's like, okay, why are you doing this? It begs the question.
But the thing is,
go ahead.
Keely, you just dropped out.
Oh, she'll be back. It's probably because.
Well, Steve Martin's just put a list of all the Doctors, including the last one, Jodie Whittaker. There are 13 of them. So the first 12 were guys. So it was William Hartnell, Patrick Troughton, John Pertwee, which is just where I came in. Tom Baker, Peter Davison, Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy. That was where I sort of ducked out. Paul McGann, I don't remember at all. Christopher Eccleston, I did start watching there. David Tennant, Matt Smith, and Peter Capaldi, they were all brilliant. And Jodie Whittaker. And Keela, I'll answer your question. No, I haven't watched it. But to be fair, I probably wouldn't be watching anyway, just through lack of time. But
I love that show. I
you're
really
back.
do.
Yeah. Well, so do I. And she might be a brilliant actress. I can't knock that. The stories might be brilliant, but for me, it's almost like when a band sells out and goes all commercial, that sort of thing. You can tell.
That's
how it feels to me, anyway. They
exactly.
Yeah. But each to
But
their
again,
own.
having a hero like the Doctor be female for my niece, I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I can
to have that role model. I know people say, "Oh, well, women have enough role models." You can never have enough role models. Men have enough role models, but you will never have a role model like the Doctor, because it doesn't. Because the Doctor doesn't fill those stereotypical roles.
I can actually see what you're saying there, Keela. I mean, I think it might have been nice if perhaps they brought them back as twins or something really different. Do you know what I mean?
Having
A
said that,
male and a female.
The next Doctor might be male.
It worked for She-Ra. I mean, He-Man and She-Ra. It worked there. It really did.
For who?
He-Man and She-Ra. It did. Oh, God,
that's 80s, but wasn't it? But
you're as old as I am.
Yeah. But I never watched that. That didn't interest me at all.
Well,
I never watched.
Okay. No, I mean, I just like take for instance the movie Tank Girl. I love the movie Tank Girl. Eon Flux is another one. These are movies that the female protagonist, she fits absolutely perfectly in there. There is no way I would ever watch a male reboot of this. It would just ruin it. And the same goes the other way. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But there's no role like the Doctor, though.
Yeah, that's true as
There
well.
is
It's
no
very
role
different,
like the
isn't it? It's say that comes to natural. The Doctor is such a traditional and massive part of UK culture, I think.
Yeah, what if you had a male queen? What would that be like?
But again, you're missing the point of Doctor Who.
I don't
it's
know.
not
We're
about
missing
the
point.
gender, it is about the stories.
But, for example, Mr. Sensible said there was a while there where he didn't watch it because it didn't appeal to him. So, I'm the same way. My time is exceedingly valuable. So I have to choose what I watch and what I spend my time on very carefully. And I haven't watched it either. So,
well, we've got two more people who've been sat in the waiting room for a while. I'll bring them in a minute. Bricks in number 6, but I've just had 2 super chats. One was from number 6, who super chatted $1.99. That lady I said was River. Said River Song, and you guys are all wrong. I think he was talking about someone mentioned River Tam, which the name means nothing to me. River Tam, was that from Firefly or something?
I'm thinking of a different film.
Okay, but yeah, River Song. Thank you very much for that, number 6. And David Oliver has super chatted £5. This is interesting, Keela. Captain Catherine Janeway from Voyager. She's my role model, and I love Tank Girl too. Yeah, I thought Catherine Janeway was fantastic. Now, I mean, up until then, every captain in Star Trek had been male, but it was easy enough to say, here's a different Enterprise, and this one's got a female. It wasn't Enterprise, a different ship with another captain who happens to be a female captain, and I thought she was stunning in that role. Was it your niece you were talking about, Keela? Hello? Has everybody gone?
No.
No, you haven't. You're here, no?
No, I'm still here.
I'm here.
Oh, Mitch is here. Kaiser's here. Are you still here, Keela? I think she's got internet problems, but she can drop back in again. I'm going to bring in the other two. Number 6, and Brixie. Hello, number 6. Hello, Brixie. Number 6, I just read out your super chat. Good evening to
I
you.
saw, and I'm just saying you guys are wrong about everything you're saying.
With regard to which?
Changing series. If you're the writer, you get to change it.
Well, that's true. Although they're different writers. Have I got connection problems here? I hope not.
No, you can hear me. That's all right. I was.
Oh, hello, Brixie.
That's all right.
Yes, can hear you.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
I didn't want to overtalk. That's all.
That's all right. Yeah, number 6. You still there?
I'm still here. Can you hear me, or did I mute up? Hold on.
No, we can hear you. That's fine. You were saying about different writers.
I had to shut down my YouTube. I was getting too much of an echo through my headphone.
And Arnold's just decided to come over and say hello. Yeah. So you were saying about different writers, though.
Yeah, if you write the series, it's your baby. You get to do with it what you want. And if you want to take something that way, sorry, fanboys, it's too bad for you.
But the
number
thing,
6.
The thing is,
the question. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say it wasn't a writer or even a team of writers. It's obviously been going on for years. It's what's the word? It's a franchise, and they just changed it to fit in. I mean, you're right. It's their franchise, and
they broke the tradition.
They did. But I suppose in some ways that's not a bad thing.
Doctor Who. If you watch it, Doctor Who is also a black female.
Yeah, Mr. Sensible, you're actually hitting the nail kind of on the head there. What number 6 is talking about a writer. You could do what you want with it. Well, how every person has their price, and I'll put it at that.
Yeah. Keely, you're back. Did you hear the stuff about Catherine Janeway? Hello. Hello. Yeah. Did you hear the stuff we were just talking about a couple minutes ago about Captain Catherine Janeway from Voyager?
I did.
Yeah, because I thought she was absolutely brilliant. And so I think it's not so much that the Doctor is a woman, but more in the fact that it's supposed to be the same character, and obviously each Doctor is different. And so,
you fanboys just got rubbed the wrong way.
But
I tell you. Either way, look. For me, growing up, Doctor Who was everything. So for me, the gender doesn't matter. It's the stories, it's the writing, and
exactly.
I'm actually.
So actually, what?
Where's the rub then?
So who are you asking?
Both number 6 and Crafty. I'm asking an honest question. I mean,
you cut out. I didn't hear the question. I heard, "Where's the rub?"
I think that was the question.
Oh, for the stories?
Well, no. Crafty claimed that gender wasn't an issue, but yet it is. It's like I'm getting a Ancient Aliens situation going on.
No, I don't see it that way.
Gender isn't an issue for me. Gender isn't an issue for me. I would have been just as happy if Jodie had not got the role and it had gone to a man.
Okay,
fair enough. The stories were good.
That's fine.
But it's the people that are absolutely outraged, and I've seen them. It's crazy. That are absolutely outraged, saying this cannot happen. This is the worst. And the funny thing that I was pointing out is this happens every time there's a new Doctor. People are like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened. I'm never going to watch the show again. But they don't actually give the actor or actress a chance. That's what I was saying.
The first part you said, I have to agree with you on that, Crafty. As far as every time there's a change, as far as the second part you said, I have controversy. But as far as the first part you said, I do agree with.
Yeah, well, I mean, watch it if it makes sense to you. Don't watch it if you don't.
Well, what about we've argued about Doctors then. What about Star Trek's? Irish Dublin Girl said Voyager, I think, is the best Star Trek series, and I agree that was really, really good. But what about Enterprise? The story set at the beginning of the Federation. I loved that, and then they only went to I think 2 series, and then they didn't just
They rushed
kill
the
it.
ending.
I don't like Scott Bakula.
Well, I thought it was disgusting.
I absolutely love Scott Bakula.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, number 6. I love. I've never seen any of Scott Bakula's work in which any of his characters in which I did not like.
Well,
NCIS New Orleans.
Well, the ending of Enterprise, where it's suddenly Riker in the holodeck, and he was just replaying that as a holo story. I thought that was cheap and nasty. That was like Dallas when whoever it was woke up in the shower.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus, Mr. Sensible, you're really going deep into this. Wow.
I used to, when I was a kid, I had a badge that said, "I confess, I shot JR."
Wow, man! I don't think even I'm barely being able to keep up with you, Mr. Sensible. I don't know about these other guys. But I don't know how old they.
The thing is, though, with these Star Trek series that they've been doing, I've actually found out that in the background, one of the main problems that's driving these new shows, like Picard and Discovery and all that lot, the problem is that there's a legal contract splitting what can be done for the films and what can be done with the TV shows. And they actually complain if the Star Trek series is too Trekky. Can you believe that?
Yes, because
yes, I can. Yeah.
What was those 2 series you just mentioned, Brixie?
Discovery, Picard.
Discovery. That's right, because Discovery, all the Klingons and that, they're all different, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did enjoy Discovery. I thought that was good. And there we go again. We got Michael, a female lead, and I thought that's absolutely brilliant. Picard, I haven't yet seen.
I haven't seen it, but
Picard was real good. I binged that on quarantine for a free preview. Definitely worth checking out.
Okay.
Lame ending.
But do you know there's one series which is now touted as the Star Trek fans' favourite Star Trek series, which is not Star Trek, and
Which
that's
is?
the Orville. It's
What?
not.
Wait,
it's
what?
meant to be a comedy.
What?
Seriously,
What?
Orville is considered more Trekky than Star Trek at the moment.
What the hell's Orville?
The Orville
watched it.
is
The Orville.
Seth MacFarlane. He did a Star Trek type series. It was on Fox over here. I think pay-per-view picked it up, but
more
it
than
was
just
just
like it,
advertised
isn't it?
wrong. Yeah.
So you mentioned a couple of buzzwords: Seth MacFarlane and Fox. I'm watching it.
It's funny because it's more like if you think of like Star Trek characters, what they do in their downtime. It's more about like there's a story, but it's a lot of like personal life stuff.
Yeah, but I would say it's like a cross between Star Trek and Red Dwarf. I mean, there's some, that's a better way to put it.
And The Office. I would throw The Office in there a little bit too.
See, you had me at hello. You had me at hello.
I've never even heard of it. Never even heard of it.
Neither. No.
I'm so fucking watching
It's
it.
not a spoiler, but this one alien character, they find a time capsule. He finds cigarettes in it, and then he just starts smoking the whole episode. He's smoking.
Oh my god! Oh, this is awesome. The guys.
Yeah,
The
you have
thing
an
is-
alien
yeah.
smoking cigarettes.
Oh,
What you'll
I
find-
just seen a
sorry.
message on chat. Keely's connection's gone too bad. She's going to chill on the chat. Okay, Keela, thank you very much. And hopefully on Friday, when we have Jim Skipper on, hopefully you'll have a better connection. Because what I'll do is I'll probably will just chat with Jim for a while and then probably get a couple people in. I will keep it limited because, not being funny, he's a very elderly gentleman and I don't want to bombard him with too much. So I'll have to decide what I'll do on the night. But thank you for joining us and look forward to you joining me again here.
Lay off me, I'm starving.
Oh, Global Mummies mentioned Westworld. I was thinking, yeah, I enjoyed those movies, but yes, the TV series, the 2 series I've seen, absolutely brilliant. Love it. You guys?
I like the Yul Brynner film.
I'm lost with it. I tried. I just got too lost after the first season.
I didn't watch the series.
Oh,
I
you
like the
should do.
films.
Yeah, the films are good, 9, but the series, they're very. I mean, obviously the special effects are way and above what there was for the films, but the series is very complicated and an absolutely wonderful, amazing story. Really, really, I recommend them, definitely.
I'll keep an eye out.
Should do. I'm waiting for the next series.
And what you said about Babylon 5 earlier, once you get over the hairstyles, you find it's a really good show with a fantastic story arc.
Yeah, I liked it.
I enjoyed that, yeah.
But the hairstyles did get in the way a bit.
A bit, but at least they had things like methane breathers and stuff like that changed the aliens around. They weren't all just bipedal and oxygen breathers.
With an American accent. Oh, someone said season 3 of Westworld started a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that did.
Yeah, and Global Mommy's right. You do need to watch. Well, you need to watch every episode and really concentrate. It's a brilliant story. Brilliant story.
Mr. Sensible, I that's why before I was trying to recommend Farscape, because if you haven't seen, you said before you didn't see it yet.
That's right. I haven't seen it because there was a film as well. Is that Firefly? Is that
No. Farscape is completely original unto itself. It has nothing to do with Firefly. It's completely original.
It's quite old now.
It's
hold
old.
on. Farscape, is that the one where they're inside the living? It's a living space.
Yes. The
janitor.
I have seen it. I have seen it. Yeah, I'm getting confused with Firefly, which I haven't seen.
Claudia Black running around in skin tight leather is worth it.
Okay.
The Farscape series actually it got completed. It was completed as whole, and it was a great ending. The thing is, the last series is presented as a movie. It's actually like the same way season 5 of X-Files was. It's actually a movie.
Oh, X-Files! I love that as well.
Oh, right.
I'm gonna have to watch that last season again because I didn't know that. Maybe it'll give me a different eye on it.
Yeah, the last season of Farscape is actually in the form of a movie. It's like a 4-hour movie, I believe. And
just cut up into series.
Right, and it's complete. It actually is a complete. It finishes the whole thing, and it's a perfect ending. It truly is a perfect ending. The thing is, it's hard to come by. You're probably, if you don't know how to not pay for it, which is rare for people, you're probably gonna have to pay for it. If you want to hit with me on, I can take care of that. But
I support the art, so
right,
I pay my tenants.
Right, it's you can find it, but the last series is actually in the movie form, and it's perfect.
Well, someone was mentioned. I think they were saying they liked Stargate 1 and Atlantis, but not Universe. I actually loved Stargate Universe. And again, the way they finished that when they were just about to jump out the galaxy and just stopped. Excellent. I think that's sad. I'd like to have known what had happened with that. I mean, I thought Stargate SG-1, that was good. It was fun episodes with occasional little story arcs. Atlantis I enjoyed as well. The film, the original film, I really didn't like. With
I thought Atlantis was better.
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell. I don't rate Kurt Russell at all. I think he's totally unbelievable.
Come on, Soldier is the best movie.
What film?
Soldier.
With Kurt Russell.
That's
they dump him on the garbage planet.
No, not heard of that.
Dude, that is probably one of his best films. It really is.
He has about 4 lines in it.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, not including the grunts and.
Yeah, right.
Well, David Oliver's just super chatted £2 saying Quantum Leap was an excellent series. Yes, I like that as well. Yes.
Dude, my avatar in BitChute is
you're on BitChute.
What was the guy's name? Not Scott Bakula, but the guy from oh god, the other dude. Q, what is Ziggy? Whatever guy.
From Blue Velvet. What's his name?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That's my actual avatar from Internet. I totally killed the chat.
It's funny when that happens, isn't it? Everyone's waiting for someone else to say something.
and then everyone talks at once.
Yes.
I'm just taking it all in myself.
What is that? The chicken?
No, some bozo buzzed me from work.
Oh, you're not being
I
called
made the
in, have
mistake.
you?
Well, I was having sound problems with my other laptop, so I switched to my client laptop to get on Discord.
Yep.
And talk to you guys, and of course somebody buzzes me.
So-
Mitch, I see you're still there. Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, oh fuck, I'm not really here. I'm here, but I'm not really. That
I
kind of
know.
conversation.
I know.
But I had to deal with him and his problems. I still don't even know what I do for a living, Mr. Sensible. But I seem to do it all day.
All
Whatever
day.
it is, I do it all day.
The Fight Club job.
Yeah, it isn't actually corporate world. It is very much in many ways like Fight Club.
Oh, actually, Glober Mommy and they talk about Kurt Russell. You're right. I said I don't rate him, but I said he was good in The Thing. Absolutely right. Actually, I'd forgotten he was in that, and I did enjoy that film.
He was also in one of the worst. What the hell is the name of it?
Jingle and Cash. That was it.
Tango and Cash.
Tango and Cash. But he was also in that movie
Cash.
about.
That was Stallone, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Stallone.
He was in another Dog Buddy movie. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. That's
Ooh.
not worth
Kurt
googling.
Wasn't he in the Escape from? I think it was New York. One of
Oh
those?
yeah, Escape from New York and Escape from LA. Yes.
Snake Plissken.
That's the one.
I thought you were dead.
My friends call me Snake.
What about Big Trouble in Little China?
Oh yeah, but, look, you
I
gotta
saw
give
that.
him credit. You gotta give him credit. Big Trouble in Little China.
Now, what was it, Bodyguard or whatever the hell it was, where he was a bouncer? Has to be one of the worst movies ever made.
Well, it sounds like it. I mean, compared to Big Trouble in Little China and Snake Plissken, of course.
Well, Irish Dublin Girl has just said in chat, can I say what I really think about Star Trek Discovery and not get banned? Yeah, of course you can. But you're wrong, because I thought Star Trek Discovery was excellent. Oh, no, hold on. Star Trek Discovery. Which one's... Oh, this is the new series, isn't it?
Yeah, Discovery's the new one.
Yeah. No, yeah, go ahead. I mean, the one I really liked, though, as I said, was Enterprise. I thought that was so underrated, and it was just so wrong the way they killed that off.
Do you like the Trek reboot movies, Mr. Sensible?
Yes, I do. Yeah, they're different, but I like them. The only thing I'm not so keen on is... I've forgotten who the director is now.
J.J. Abrams?
Yes. No, he's very clever, but he's got that thing about light shining straight in the camera all the time, hasn't he? And if that happens every now and then, it's effective. But it's like if I use some special effect every 20 seconds throughout all my videos. Okay, yeah, you made your point. You don't need to keep doing that. If you actually,
It's like the Quentin Tarantino out of the trunk shot. When they open the trunk and the two guys are standing there. Now everyone uses that.
Yes, but they don't use it lots and lots of times in the same movie. If you look at a J.J. Abrams Star Trek, you watch, you think, right, he's used that light, and then 10 seconds later he's doing it again and again and again.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's from the halo around JJ.
Mr. Sensible, I can actually understand your issue with this. In fact, it's even addressed in the first Star Trek film when the captain's like, polarize the screen, polarize it for hell's sakes. Polarize the screen, no more light. But you ever notice in the new Star Trek movies that all you get to bed that all of that I'm trying to make a point.
If you say so.
That all the like, notice how the phaser guns and all of the weapon technology, all the small stuff, they haven't changed from the original 1960s series. They look exactly the same. The ships look exactly the same. Like they haven't changed any of the so-called technology.
But there's a reason for that. It's meant to be in that timeline, more or less. It's meant to be between the Kirk and the previous series. There's 2 series. It's meant to be slicing in between, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true, but no. Notice other movie reboots that don't do that. This one really takes the cake.
Yeah, I think you've got to stay true to it because you can't have something in the future that looks worse than what's in the past.
But
in other words, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. There was nothing wrong with it.
It's tough, isn't it? But then if it's like with series, you get some good series and then they end it, and you think, well, why did they end it? That was so good. But if they carry on, you do run into more and more issues like this.
But this is the hope that this Seth MacFarlane is actually been rumoured to be behind a group that might actually buy out the Star Trek franchise, both movie and TV, and unify the two together. And he's a Star Trek fan, which is completely different. The people running it.
I like how you define Seth MacFarlane as this Seth MacFarlane. He's some diabolical character.
Oh no! I'm in favour. I think he would improve it.
I love it. One of my earliest memories is sitting down with my dad and watching the original Star Trek series. Really was.
My dad actually looked like William Shatner when he was younger. I swear to God. I'll try to find a picture of my dad, and next time I'm around, and I'll try to share. I'll send it out to your Hotmail.
And you know what? Be named Kirk, and then see how much you like the original Star Trek constantly.
Mitch, I'm 42. I actually watched the original Star Trek series. Fox had a channel in Baton Rouge when I was 10, 11, 12 years old in the early 80s. And they actually aired all the original series. And I had a little 10-inch black and white TV that my grandmother gave me. And that was my world. And it was awesome.
That's all I had too, man, was a black and white TV till I got out of college. Till I moved in with Julie. Julie had a color. It was my first color TV. Was when I moved in with Julie.
Is that why you moved in with Julie?
Well, several other obvious advantages, but that was certainly one of them.
Yeah, Lisa was very nice, but she didn't have a TV. So
well, but my parents had the TV in their room. That was the nice TV, and we got the shit one.
See, what you failed to have in your youth were brothers. See, me and my younger brothers, we had in their closet with the same black and white TV, and we were restricted to. We couldn't watch Simpsons and other frivolous television shows back in the early 90s and late 80s, but we found ways to get around it. Like watching in our closet when our parents thought we were asleep. So you just didn't think hard enough.
Well, I was not allowed to watch Hogan's Heroes when I was a kid.
I've heard of that, but
my parents
I don't know what
were
it is.
not up for. Now it was an American show. It was produced by Bing Crosby, who was a famous anti-Semite amongst other things. And he produced this show, and it was meant to be kind of a comic.
Who was an anti-Semite?
In other words, he was. In other words, he was funded. He was funded by
rapist.
Disney.
Yeah.
He was funded by Disney. In other words,
and he produced this show starring Bob Crane. It was about a bumbling group of Nazis and the American POWs who basically ran the resistance from within this prison camp. And they basically show the Nazis out to be these kind of incompetent, bumbling fools. Almost, and one of my favorite shows is Allo Allo.
Renee!
Renee!
You stupid woman!
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite. You know the police officer who was the English spy who couldn't speak.
Borton, Michael.
I don't know his real name, but he couldn't speak French properly, could he?
Oh my God, that was so funny.
Isn't it clever? But there was one episode he was in the public lavatories and it got blown up, and I think Rene or whoever was pulling him out of the rubble, and he said, Oh well, no piss for the Wocket. Absolutely brilliant. I actually took my mum there as I think a Mother's Day thing years back to see the show live, and that was absolutely
Now the funny
brilliant.
thing, I believe the actor himself passed away fairly recently, and he was gay, if I'm not mistaken, which I think makes it even funnier. Now that once I heard that, and oh my God, it was so funny. And for those of you who didn't watch it, you should check it out. Basically, the gag is that there were German people, French people, and English people, and the fake accent that the actors were speaking in was supposed to be the language they were speaking. So someone who was speaking in an English accent couldn't understand someone who was speaking in a German accent unless they also spoke German, and then they would speak in a German accent. It was so funny. Oh my God.
Helga, you have the knickers. Helga, you have the knickers with the little swastikas on.
Herr Flick, you may kiss me now.
Yes. And was it
the fallen Madonna?
The fallen Madonna with the big
boobies, yes.
The big boobies.
And Lieutenant Gruber with his little tank. Oh, it's absolutely brilliant. And what about those two English airmen? Hello, Bean.
Hello, old boy.
But do you know, I heard that they redid it for the Germans to watch. And how they would redo those accents, I guess they just turned it round at some ridiculously over-the-top German accent, and then the French would be a German person speaking German with a French accent and so on. I think that's just amazing. But
I think we'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
That sounds very, that could be very, very amusing indeed.
Whoa. I've got to stop everyone. Treading the boards. Is that true? He says, I played Leclerc in the stage production of Hello, Hello. Was that at the Prince of Wales Theatre, Treading? Please tell me, because if it is, I've seen you. Was that Prince of Wales Theatre, I guess, the very late 80s, early 90s? Come on, I'm waiting for your reply in chat. Oh, come on, I'm dying to know now.
So, if he's the Prince of Wales, why does he live in London?
I don't know.
Okay, I figured maybe
it is I, Leclerc.
It is I, Leclerc.
And he lifts his little glasses up just to reveal who he was. Oh, dear.
And my favorite thing is that Rene is obviously not the most attractive Frenchman.
But he gets him.
And he has a wandering eye, and he's rather lascivious and treats his wife rather poorly. And but all the women just adore him. It's so funny. Even Michelle, the British spy, has a thing for him.
Oh, Treading the Board says no, it's community theatre here in Australia. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And
what's wrong with you not going all the way to Australia to see community theatre? Huh?
Yeah, Mr. Sensible.
Nothing wrong with it at all. It's just that I wasn't aware the show was on, and now, of course, it's locked down. Otherwise, I would be surely jetting off right away. And, of course, Michel of the Resistance. I shall say this only once. Listen very carefully. I shall say this only once. Oh, Arthur Bostrom. Yes, that was the police officer. Yeah.
Brilliant fella.
Has anyone checked out the new War of the Worlds on Epix?
No.
That's worth a free 30-day binge. And possibly Nick Cave is the reason the aliens destroyed the Earth.
Number 6. How can it get any better than what Tom Cruise?
Oh God!
Tom Cruise was
it's much better. It's not as action-packed, but the story's better. And like I said, it may have to do with the Nick Cave song, "Destroying the Earth."
No, I'm not a.
You're saying it's better than Raymond Burr?
I'm just saying I'm not a Tom Cruise fan. There are a lot of things Tom Cruise did that I absolutely love, and there are controversial things that roles that he just actually sucked at. But War of the Worlds, I actually thought he did a good job at it.
Yeah, but it wasn't the story.
Tom Cruise
War
is
of the
one of
Worlds.
those guys I want to hate, but I can't.
Same here.
You should watch him jumping around on the sofa then.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
should-
I
Yeah.
wanna hate 'em, but I
Scientology or
can't.
whatever.
You really want to
Sell
get
your
some
couch. Sell your couch. Shit.
You want to get some hits, Mr. Sensible? Go after Scientology.
No, wow. Do you know what? I said earlier on, I've been racking my brains the past 2 days about what to do next. You know, Scientologists come after everyone. You can't even use their symbols because they copyright them. They'll shut channels down like a shot.
Sissel, you ain't kidding. I mean, the Scientology episode of South Park, I don't know if you noticed, but all of the credits at the end of the show were all John Doe and Jane Doe. Like, all of the credits for scrolling down, it was all John. In other words, they were all, what do they call that? Anonymous. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a subject that can be tackled easily. I followed all that stuff about Operation Clambake.
Yep.
It was called that, wasn't it? Clambake?
That's correct.
I've forgotten the guy's name, and it's in Clearwater, isn't it? Where that girl died. I'm trying to think of her name now. She was a Scientologist, and I don't know what the issue was, but I think she wanted to leave or whatever, but they sort of, shall we say, encouraged her to stay in the hotel. Fort, is it called Fort something?
The apostasy price of death.
No. The building was some. It's called. I thought it was a hotel called Fort something. But anyway, they kept her there.
Yeah.
She got iller and iller, and finally they took her to hospital. But they passed the nearest hospitals because they wanted to go to a hospital that also had Scientologist doctors, and she died.
Yeah, that's bullcrap. That's an apostasy sentence. I mean, it's the same as, if you're Muslim, the sentence of apostasy is death. All that crap. I mean, that really is what I'm gathering. If I'm wrong, let me know.
Sorry, I don't quite follow it. Excellent. But I mean, it was probably 3-4 years ago when I last looked into the Clambake stuff. And the guy, I've forgotten his name, he set up a website, he set up offices in Clearwater, and they basically closed him down. Yeah, but the interesting thing is, my eldest daughter, the one who got married, her husband's family live in Clearwater, Florida, and so at some point, no doubt, we'll go and visit, and I will be tempting them. I will stand outside one of those big Scientology centres with a camera and see how long it takes before their guys come out and start trying to deal with me. I'm really up for that. And when I spoke to the in-laws, he was up for that as well. So that will be at some point. But I've got 2 super chats I'm going to read out, but then it's just coming up on midnight. We've been going for just coming up on 3 hours, so I think we'll have to finish then. One from Crafty Keeler saying, the painkillers are now kicking in and it's nearly time to sleep. Let me know let me know what you think about my new video when you have time. Bye. Good night, Crafty. I certainly will let you know. Thanks for joining us tonight. And thank you very much for the it's €5 super chat. Appreciate that. And David Oliver again has super chatted. Thank you, David. £5 saying, did you know, and I hadn't heard this before, did you know the 2 old people at the end of the Tom Cruise War of the Worlds are the original actors in the original War of the Worlds? I wasn't aware of that at all. I think it's really clever when they do things like that.
Yeah, not Dukes of Hazzard. Starsky and Hutch. Sorry,
Yes,
I got it wrong then.
Yes, they were at the end of the. Yes, that was fun film, wasn't it?
I would have liked to have seen Edward Woodward in Denzel Washington Equalizers.
I would have too. I was disappointed.
Didn't they do that in the
Yeah.
Body Snatchers as well? The original guy went running through the traffic saying, "They're here, they're here." Wasn't it?
I
in
believe
the,
so.
The remake.
Yeah.
How about
That was that Donald Sutherland?
Yes,
Yeah, right.
Donald Sutherland.
They also did it with Marvin the Paranoid Android.
The
Pitiful remake of Hitchhiker's Guide. They had the old Marvin.
Yeah, he was sitting there in a junkyard or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Face with 18. The face got the cameo. Yeah.
Well, Mr. Unite for Children's just said, Mr. Sensible, what are your crimes? What are your crimes? What are your crimes? And he's absolutely right. That's exactly what the Scientologists do in the street to people who are hanging around, especially if they know you. They'll take photos of you and try and track you down. Maybe I'll have a look at it, but I'll have to be very careful.
I'm clearing off, Mr. Sensible. Time for dinner. Good to see you, everybody.
Yeah.
Take care.
Good night, Mitch.
Everyone.
Good night, Mitch.
I'm going to punch out, have a beer and an Irish whiskey.
Well, I'm going to be closing down now anyway.
Good night, chaps.
Say good night to Julie, Mitch, please.
I sure will. Take care, Bo.
Okay, thank you. And someone else said that they were dropping out now?
I'm punching out, Mr. Sensible.
Okay, thank you, number 6. Thank you very much for joining us. You take care.
Anytime. Enjoy your work.
Well, thank you. You're welcome.
Mr. Sensible, use the Tyrion Lannister method and just go through the confession that he made at the tower. When he was under trial. What was the?
Sorry, you've totally lost me. Are you talking Scientology again?
No, I'm talking about Game of Thrones. But
I've not watched that. Not watched it at all.
Me neither.
There's no point. There's just no point.
Well, my missus watched a few, but every single time that I happen to walk past or whatever when I'm watching it, they all just seem to be stood there, just talking. It just, I don't know, it didn't grab me. I don't really go for fantasy. Although Lord of the Rings, absolutely loved. I loved the book and I loved the film series. But aside from that, I just don't do fantasy, sci-fi for me. But Chris Lewis 187. Oh, thank you, Chris. We got him in chat. Chris, the singer. Chris, what I did was I don't know if you saw it, but I replayed your original song because that's already been mirrored, and I only played a couple verses of your new one. So. I have asked people to go over and check your channel and see the whole thing, and I did drop a link earlier, so it's somewhere near the beginning of this video, so people can always watch it on replay and get the link. Right, yeah, guys, I'm going to have to end this now. So thank you very much for joining me. We still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you in here, or 3. Sorry, 4. I can't count. 3 be the number of the counting. Count not 5. 5 is right out. 3 a.m. Has been a bit quiet. So what I'm going to do, if you just want to shout out good night, and then I'll switch off the desktop audio rather than go through you all, okay?
Sure.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
That's Brixie, Kaiser Cube, 9 o'clock hero, number 6. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. Good night. So, yes, everyone, tomorrow I have a video about someone I've not done, Anti-Globe. It was going to be tonight, but I decided to swap things around. Not sure what's happening Thursday, but Friday is probably a little later on, another live stream with Mr. James M. Skipper, a retired NASA senior test engineer for hazardous and manned missions. So that should be a good stream. I'm really looking forward to that. And Saturday, right now, is wide open. I don't know what we've got there. Thank you ever so much to all my guests. Thank you for all of you there in chat and your so many funny and interesting comments. And thank you for both my patrons, or to both my patrons, and for those who super chatted tonight. I have really, really appreciated it. I'm going to say good night. Take care, look after yourselves, and stay sensible.
Massive thanks to all my patrons, including new patrons Brian A. Reed, Mr. Bozohead, Sven Arngrimsson, Thomas B., Andy Woods, Glenn Chapman, Dark Saber, Chris Holmes, Crafty Keeler, Now Opinion, William Schofield, and my latest patrons Nicola Redmond, AZ Atheist, Grumpy Old Man, and Hugh Jars. Thank you all so very much.